Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to the Smackdown Watch Along. It is Friday, June 6th, and it is the go home show into Money in the Bank. What is up, everyone? I'm Denise Salcedo. I'll be hanging out with you guys for the next couple of hours for a 3-hour Smackdown, followed by a review show with my co host, Robin Lundberg. So I'll be hanging out here for a bit today. That's what we do on Fridays. So it'll be a good time. I hope everyone's feeling good so far. I haven't even looked to see what's been announced for today's episode of SmackDown. So let me see, what do we got? We got quite a bit of stuff. Let me see. Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso are going to be under the same roof, apparently, as John Cena and Logan Paul. Let's see what we get this week. Then we're going to have every Money in the Bank superstar set to be on SmackDown. Plus, then Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, and Stephanie Vaquer will battle Naomi, Roxanne Perez, and Julia in a match. And then we're also going to have Alistair Black and LA Knight go up against each other. And that's all that's been announced for today's show. So we got quite a bit to look forward to. So I think it'll be hopefully a good fast-paced show today. I hope that it's a good one, considering that it is the build to it is the go-home show for Money in the Bank. So hopefully it is a good one. All right, let me see what we got in here. Let me give some people some shout-outs. By the way, thank you so much to Sheldon Jackson, who gifted 1 DWO membership. Sheldon, thank you, man, for that. Very, very cool of you. Let's see who we got in the chat. We got Hassan Terrell. Good to see you, Hassan. Thank you so much for tuning in. We got Raymond Rains. We got Matt Rykio. We got Dawn, who says she's on vacation now for the next 2 weeks. Yes. Oh my God, that's so good though. You deserved it. You deserve it. Go on vacation, enjoy it, get all the relaxation you can. Honestly, we got Johnny 98 in here. We got Double S. We got Henry Kieran. We got Clown. We got Brandon Rosen, Double S. We got Wazam in here. We got Chris Chaos. What's up, Chris Chaos? We got Raphael Smith, Anthony Soli, Red Raven Rucker. We got Matthew Garcia, Taylor Cannon, Tiger Claw Gaming, Zach Minger. We got Zooey. We got Johnny 98, Stephen Marchuli, Juan Carbajal, Tremaine Young, Zach Minger, Steve Botar, Eric Diaz, Big G. And we got our first super chat of the day from Daniel Mullinex. Daniel, thank you so much, man. He says, hello, Denise. I missed your videos. I needed to move out of my place and had no internet for a while, and now I can't wait for SmackDown. Well, first of all, congratulations on the new place, Daniel. I hope you're enjoying it, and hopefully you've gotten all settled in. And thank you so much for coming back here to the channel. I'm glad you did not forget and move on. Thank you, Daniel. All right, SmackDown's about to start.
Then, now.
Simpson in here. We got Jermaine Cardi. We got Rashid Agrahari in here. Megan Yad, Jared Palmer, Isaiah's World, Matt Logan. We got Marshman 96. We got Larice Johnson. We got Jay Bird. Good to see you on here. We got Tony, Melissa Cabello, Tracy WV, Luis Arturo, Yatik, Icy, Bill Pickle. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I'll make sure to give some more shout outs as we go on. Also, happy birthday to Yatik Sahul, whose birthday is today. Happy birthday, Yatik. I hope you have some fun plans this weekend, wrestling or non-wrestling related, whatever it is. I hope you're having a good weekend, this birthday celebration of yours. We got Dr. J Merritt is also in here. Good to see you, Dr. J. Ken Wazaki Moore is also in the building. We got Devin here. We got Xavier. Good to see you, Xavier. RK Shuttleworth is in here. Chris Holstinger, the infamous DJ1. All right, I think I shouted out mostly everybody, but I will continue on. Don't worry, I'll be here forever. So I'll be here all night, ladies and gents.
Rhodes and Jay will have their
so
with the undisputed champ.
We are about to get into
before the showdown.
Money in the Bank.
Mommy's always on top.
So
Rhea Ripley.
I really want today's show to be good.
Attended display of talent. She's just one of the women's Money in the Bank competitors here tonight.
Hopefully it is, also considering that I want to be excited. Like, I want to feel like even more excited heading into Money in the Bank. So hopefully it's a good time today.
And The rising
I like their Stephanie,
superstar.
looking like a total babe
Stephanie
as
McCare
always.
making her way to the
Nothing
SmackDown
new
locker
for
room.
Stephanie looking
She's
like a
wowed us
babe.
every step of the way so far. But they are not alone. Every participant in tomorrow's ladder match has decided to come to SmackDown, so proceed with caution. Naomi's in town. And she's going to team up with the newest member of the women's locker room. The undeniably talented and dangerous Julia has arrived. And rounding out a 6-woman tag team match, the Prodigy.
All right, let's see what we got here. Thank you so much, Double S, for letting me know the audio sounds good. Thank you so much. We got Darren G, who says, Denise, are you going to Money in the Bank? Yes, I am going to Money in the Bank, Darren. Thank you so much for asking. I am planning on being there, so I will not be here doing a live stream. But it's all right. We'll have a good time. I'll still be doing a review show for Money in the Bank, just not a live stream. So in case you guys pop in here and I'm not here, you guys will know why. But obviously I'll be updating like on social media and stuff. All right, so we're kicking off with Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins' group. Let's see what we get out of this here today.
Please welcome, accompanied by WWE Hall of
We got M. Durrett in the building who says, where'd you go, M. Durrett? I just saw your comment. Where did it go? Oh, yeah, right here. He says, wow, a loaded SmackDown. I know, given the fact that we're starting off with Seth Rollins' group, who I wasn't even expecting to be here on the show today, that's pretty surprising. So let's see what we get out of this. We also got Kyle Taylor Richardson. What's up, dude? Thanks so much for tuning in. We also got Sarah in here. Hey, Sarah. Cyclops is better than Wolverine. Is in the building. Aaron Teagle, Carla. We got RK Shuttleworth.
Yeah, that is going to decide.
Shout out to Matthew Garcia.
Kawasaki
more Denise got more drip than Seth. You swear. You guys swear.
Streaming live tomorrow on Peacock.
Okay, here comes at least 1 minute sing along. Seth Rollins. I might as well join along at this point. Hey, Brendan, we got Brendan in the building. We also got Ryan Powell. All right, let's see what promo we get today from Seth. The last Seth promo we got wasn't that good, so hopefully this one's a little bit better than we got a couple of weeks ago. What's up, KLF? Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate you.
Bakersfield.
Oh yeah, right there in Bakersfield.
I am a visionary.
I've gone to a couple of wrestling shows in Bakersfield, like when WWE used to go to Bakersfield like a couple of years ago. I've been to a few. Because it's not too far from where I live, but also not close.
Take everything.
When I win the Money in the Bank contract, I will have absolute power. I will have total control over this entire industry.
Why does he want total and complete control of this industry? Why is Seth Rollins so power hungry? Oh, finally, some OTC chants. I don't even know what's been going on with Roman Reigns. Like, he's been gone.
I think he can hear you. He's off on the island of irrelevancy.
Supposedly.
Where we put him after WrestleMania.
Roman Reigns somewhere out there enjoying himself. Relaxing.
Now that absolute power, that total control, that doesn't just extend to Raw, no. That includes SmackDown as well. And so we have come here to deliver a message. Anyone who stands in our way will suffer the same fate as anyone who has already stood in our way. Sami Zayn stood in our way. He's in the dirt.
We got Xavier here who predicts Roman is returning tomorrow. I don't know.
Poof, gone. Roman Reigns stood in our way. And he is
where Sarah says he's drinking out of a coconut and a hammock, Denise. That's exactly how I visualize him too. Honestly.
Care about you. Roman Reigns has never cared about you. But you know who has? You know who has? Seth freaking Rollins.
Seth Rollins claims he cares about us people.
All of you kicking and screaming, if I have to, into the future, because that's what I do. It's what I do. Not just for me.
What's up, Super
not
Pro?
Just for us, for the entire industry, and there is nobody who can stop me.
Cue somebody coming in right now. There we go. All right, we got the Bloodline. I'm like, cue the next person coming in. Let's see.
Somebody willing to try.
I feel like this is one of the this is going to be interesting considering that Paul Heyman knows these men very, very well.
Solo Sikoa, the U.S. champion Jacob Fatu.
Okay, Jeff Cobb is in his gear.
To beef up Solo's
So,
family
I wonder if
interest.
he's gonna like.
Powerhouse JC
Is he just in his gear just for fun, or like what?
Solo
Is he getting into a
Sikoa
match?
has
What's
the
happening
exact
here?
Same intentions as Seth freaking Rollins does tomorrow night at Money in the Bank, namely grabbing that briefcase and the contract held.
But this should be interesting, an interesting
Solo
little
Seth,
face-off
less
here.
than 24 hours away.
Paul Heyman's looking rather nervous. So much history between Heyman and Solo Sikoa. Very
Paul
little of it
Heyman
positive.
was so severely stressed out about Solo Sikoa back in the day and his group. Now pretty much those guys are gone and the only one left is Fatu. It's weird still seeing Solo Sikoa as the quote-unquote leader, because he doesn't even feel like the leader of the group anymore.
You said that if anybody gets in your way that you're gonna lay them out.
That's right.
And you said that there's nobody here to stop you?
I don't know why, but the way Solo Sikoa cuts his promos.
Well, we're standing here right now.
Every time he like tries to come across as serious, I don't know why, but he comes across as funny instead. I don't know why.
Is that so?
His delivery makes me just like laugh.
Well, Seth, by the looks of it, looks like you got yourself a little bloodline here going on, huh? Who are you supposed to be? Right-hand man Jey Uso?
I mean, it'd be a bloodline if they were somehow all related.
And you? Who are you supposed to be? The honorary you, Sami Zayn? After everything we've been through, we went to war together at War Games. And now you no call, and all of a sudden you show up and team up with this guy?
That's true. I mean, that is true. Okay. I'm
Oh.
glad that he brought that up.
And you got yourself a wise man.
Because he was
Speaking of
with
wise
them.
man, long time, no see.
Choose your next words very carefully.
You see what I
All right,
mean?
let's
Like,
go to the
all
chase.
of
All I
Solo
know is
Sikoa's
tomorrow night,
reactions
I'm
are
climbing the ladder,
so
I'm
unserious.
grabbing that contract. And all that power and control that you say you talk about, it'll all be mine.
I see. Solo, this is your turf. You feel threatened. You want to come push back. Are you threatened because Braun Breaker?
Damn, Seth. Steph's got an aggressive bark.
Is the future of this industry, and you're not?
I mean, I detect no
Are you
lies from
threatened
Seth
because
Rollins on
big
that part.
Bronson Reed could squish you like a bug at the snap of my fingers?
I detect no lies from
You
Seth
should be
on that
threatened,
part.
man. But what you should really be worried about is the fact that your own family would rather stab you in the back than have your back.
Okay, that's fair. It's not like they're on the best of terms right now between Solo and
What's
Jacob
up,
Fatu.
Jacob?
Fatu hasn't said
You look like-
shit.
You look like you want to say something.
He's
Come on,
irritated.
take the mic from Solo. You're gonna let Solo talk to you?
Hey, man, shut up, man, all right? I see what you're trying to do.
No.
Shut your mouth, Seth. It ain't gonna work.
Look, I'm just saying, he's a Samoan werewolf. I was thinking we could come up with a new nickname for him, like maybe Solo's bitch.
I doubt it. He's trying to heat him up. He's trying to get under his skin and piss him off. He's trying to poke the bear. Poke the bear.
Hey. In all seriousness, Solo, took a lot of courage, a lot of guts for you to walk out here and talk to me the way you are. I gotta be honest with you. You're threatened by us. I'm threatened just a little bit by one Fatu in this ring, but it ain't you.
Oh, damn. Poor Solo Sikoa getting shoved to the side again.
Well, they're done with words. Oh, man. Breaker stepping in.
Okay. Jacob Fatu, Braun Breaker, little bit of a stare down. I doubt they would book this match right now, but if they did, I would be so happy. Just do it. We have a 3-hour SmackDown. Just do it.
Seth calling him off, but Breaker a little hesitant.
Oh, and on the other
break
side,
that
we're having
pace
a
off
stare down
with
between
Fatu.
JC Mateo and
lacks the ability to
Bronson
flinch,
Reed.
but perhaps smartly ahead of Money in the Bank, Seth Rollins.
You know what I just realized
taking
too? That they have
himself
Seth
and
Rollins'
his men
guys
out of
literally dressed
danger.
exactly the way that Chelsea Green has Piper Niven and Alba Fire getting dressed.
Without coming to blows.
They're all
Sight of
rocking the
those two
Secret
together.
Service look. Oh, there's Jimmy.
Jimmy Uso!
Jimmy
He's clearing house.
just attacked
Well, what a
Solo's
distraction.
group.
Jimmy Uso, who has had major problems with Solo Sikoa's crew of late, striking at exactly the right moment.
Big brother. Jimmy Uso
Oh,
is
okay,
here.
they're doing Jimmy Uso versus JC Mateo. Look,
We
I
got
was like,
Jimmy
wait,
Uso
Jimmy Uso's
against
out there in
JC
his gear.
Mateo next.
Like, who's he gonna wrestle? And I was looking at the other guys, and I'm like, wait, the other guys don't have any gear on. Like, I was expecting for a match to be made there, so I guess it ended up being the one with Jimmy Uso just now. Alrighty, guys, we're on our first commercial break right now. I want to go ahead and shout out Dan Bridgman. Dan, thank you so much for this generous super chat. He says, "Hey, Denise Salcedo. Hey, Dan, I hope you're ready for the big. Oops, Jesus. I hope you're ready for the big wrestling week this week with Worlds Collide, which they're promoting right now. Money in the Bank. Then we're gonna blink and it's gonna be time for Monday Night Raw, and then pretty much the slate of week shows coming up. But there's a lot of wrestling shows tomorrow. Literally tomorrow is gonna be a hella busy day. Dan, thank you so much, man. We got Jared Palmer here who says, "Evening, Denise. Do we know if this is 3 hours or 2? It's 3 hours. Like they have not announced anything about this show moving back to 2 hours. I fear that it's going to remain at 3 hours. I wish it was 2 hours, but I don't think that that's happening right now, which is super lame. But hey, they seem happy with it, so what can we do?" We got Dave Jordan here who gifted 1 DWO membership. Dave, thank you so much for that. Very cool of you, Dave. We got Steven Marchuli who says, "Do you see any surprises related to men's Money in the Bank, i.e. entrance?"
Money in the Bank.
No, I think that all the Money in the men's entrants are just as is. Like whoever is already announced. I'm not expecting anybody to be like swapped or anything, or anyone to be like attacked before they go into the match. I don't think so, man. I think that's it. I think that's what we're getting. And I know it doesn't feel like the most, like, by the way, this match just started in the commercial break, so by the time we get back from the commercial, it's going to be on already between JC and Jimmy. I know that this doesn't really scream like it's the most exciting matchup for the men's Money in the Bank, but it is what it is, right? But I just don't think we're going to get any surprise entrance. I'm sorry, Steven. Maybe I could be wrong. I don't know, but I just feel like what's been announced will be what is delivered. Thank you, Steven. We got Sarah here who says, "USA said they like it 3 hours, so unless they say otherwise, it's staying 3, unfortunately." It's, yeah, that's, it's a little bit rough. It's a little bit rough. And they're, like, last week's SmackDown, I actually enjoyed. Like, I didn't feel like the 3 hours were painful. But what I've noticed is that, like, okay, if you get 4 SmackDowns in 1 month, it feels like 1 SmackDown per month, tops 2, will really deliver like at least most of the 3 hours, but not all of them do. So like we got to kind of sit through the bad ones in order to get to the good ones. But I feel like the good ones, there's at least 1 a month. At least. And I'm being generous, okay? I'm being generous. All right? But there have been more SmackDowns, 3-hour SmackDowns, that I'm like, oh shit, like, nothing is happening on this show. But in regards to today, though, it should be good again because it's the go-home show for Money in the Bank.
Well, it's the numbers game.
We got Blue Chew in the building who says, "We want truth. We want truth. We want truth." Thank you, Blue Chew.
SmackDown, and still the talk continues with
all right, let's see what else we got here. We got Jerry Garza who says, "We're all hoping Roman Reigns saves Money in the Bank." Look, I'm sorry. As much as I'd love to see Roman Reigns on the show, I just don't think he would be a surprise entrant. Like, maybe he would come out on the actual show, but not in the men's Money in the Bank, though. Like, not as an entrant.
We are underway.
Not as an official entrance, but as a, I don't know, maybe he'd come out and attack Seth Rollins or something. Cool. That can happen.
Mateo, the former Olympian, the new
shout out to Alice 2K's in the building, says, "Smash the like." Shout out to Denise. Thank you so much, Alice. Very nice of you to do that.
Prevented Mateo and crew launching a beatdown after Mateo's victory. After many weeks of issues between Jimmy Uso and Solo's crew.
You go back a few weeks ago to the Money in the Bank qualifier when Solo Sikoa was able to get past Jimmy Uso and Rey Fenix. Ooh. And Jacob Fatu and JC Mateo made their presence felt.
There goes Big Jim.
During that. And then 2 weeks ago, a tag team victory, crossbody from up top from Big Jim into the cover and a quick kick out by Mateo. But a couple weeks ago, Mateo and Fatu combined for the tag team.
I like how Big Jim's name just stuck, by the way.
And it was Solo Sikoa who played a distractive role ringside then.
Well, talking about Money in the Bank qualifiers, how about Solo and JC inadvertently costing Jacob Fatu a spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match last week?
Hey, Ricky, he says, did you have fun watching the Dodgers game on Thursday? I did. It was so hot, though. It was so freaking hot. I was not ready to be out in that sun, though. I'll tell you that much. But it was a fun game, and it went by so fast, too. The last time I had been to a baseball game in person, God, I felt like it lasted forever. But this time it like flew by. But it had been several years since I'd gone to a game in person. So I was just so thrilled that the game felt like it went by so much faster, because I can't be there for like several hours. Like, I'm not like a big fan. So like, as like a person who's a casual, I can't be at a game for that long. So I was so glad that the show flew by, like legitimately flew by.
Distasteful to him to re-link up with little brother Solo Sikoa. However, it must be a tempting offer. Your opportunity to get back to the very top of the card with this group. Solo is handing olive branch after olive branch, and as yet falling on deaf ears.
Yeah, and you and I got to spend some time with Jimmy earlier today.
Don says they sped up the game of baseball so much. I heard that they put like a timer now on the pitcher, the batter, and some other stuff. I'm not like a big hardcore baseball fan or anything, but that's what I heard, that they're like heating it up where like they can't take like their sweet time anymore, which is great. It's so great, because I'm telling you, like, I remember I would have like at least 3 different meals in one baseball game, because I was like, oh my God. This time I got there, I sat down, I had one little snack, and then that was like the end of it, you know? I was like, okay, great, the show's over. Woo, fun game, nice.
It's just been too easy so far for JC Mateo, who, yes, is big, strong, and powerful.
DJ once says, hey, Denise, what's up for the weekend? Are you doing any live streams? No, I will be at Money in the Bank, so I will not be here doing a live stream for Money in the Bank.
Now, attempting to turn things around.
Yeah, smart to get out of the way, lands the uppercut, and now he's got him lined up. Big Jim!
Oh, dude. So, like, Jimmy doing the dive onto JC Mateo was funny, because I feel like it hurt Big Jim more than it did JC Mateo, because when he, like, hit him, JC's, like, so big, he's like a big giant wall. It was literally like diving into a wall.
Fatu on the other.
Fatu's just a constant threat. I don't care what Solo Sikoa says. Jacob Fatu is not a controllable human being.
Look at that, for a man with the body type and size of Mateo to get up and land that drop kick.
Nick Economics says, are you vlogging your Money in the Bank experience? I hope so. I don't know. I don't really know. Should I? Like, I don't really feel like there's really anything to vlog, you know? Like, here I am at the venue. Here I am sitting down. Here I am watching the show. I don't even know, like, what I
time he
can
gets a
put in
little
the
bit of
vlog.
momentum, it is shut down by that man in
I don't
red.
know. I'll try. I don't have the vlogging eye. I feel like usually I only do vlogs for like big wrestling weekends because there's so much going on. But when it's just one show, I'm like, you know, like literally just sitting down watching the show. So there's not really too much to like vlog. It's so incredible. Hulk 420 says, here's me eating nachos. Here's my nacho review. I know, it's so funny, but I know like a lot of people do vlogs and vlogs at shows. I think the key thing to vlogging yourself at shows is to have an angle and to have it like from a certain perspective. So I think if I have an angle for it, then great. But if not, then it's literally just gonna be like, hi, here I am. It's so funny. Thank you. John Harris says I'd watch it.
Going on for weeks.
Fine, I'm gonna do I should call it the most boring Money in the Bank vlog ever. That's gonna be the title of it.
When you're under the boots of
The most boring Money in the Bank
See Mateo switch over to Solo as he comes
too
flying
funny.
in with a hip attack.
Sladana
That's
says,
just
here's me supporting my husband Jacob Fatu.
Jimmy Uso.
And then I'm just gonna be like, round of applause. That's so funny.
Hey, you can come back.
Oh man.
Just say the word and the pain and the punishment stop immediately. Come back
Oh
into
shit,
the
we're in a
fold,
commercial. These
Jimmy.
commercial breaks,
That
when you
is-
when you have a VPN, it's very I feel like sometimes I lose track of like when we're in a commercial and when we're not in the commercial. So I'm just gonna sometimes I like lose track. I'm like, oh shit, we're in a commercial now. Because it just like keeps going.
Rally support for Big Jim. He
Super
has
Pro
been
says,
struggling.
Denise, you could be like, here's me sitting again.
JC
Oh, look,
Mateo.
another seat. I'll hop
Talk
from
about
seat to
second
seat.
wins.
Well,
At
actually, I
this
really
point,
can't
Jimmy
hop.
Uso must be on his fourth win
I also
because
don't
wins
know,
1, 2, and
by the
3
way,
were shut down by
um,
distractions, and of course,
I don't know if there's a
JC
press
Mateo
box at
an
Into a
opening.
Dome,
He's gonna shut you
because the
down
last time I
immediately.
went to Into a Dome for Raw, for the Netflix debut, I got tickets in a regular seat. Like, I didn't get a press box ticket. Like, there was no press box tickets. It was just, this is your regular seat. Which, if that's the case, I'm going to be so much more excited because I prefer to sit in a regular seat. So hopefully we get regular seats like last time, but I don't know. And then if we're in the press box, then there's really not much for me to show. Maybe I'll show the catering. If I don't miss the catering, because sometimes I miss the catering and then they get rid of the food and then there's nothing to show.
Jimmy Uso looking to rally here.
Jared Palmer
JC
here says, do we know the
Mateo.
rumors are true that Triple H could be gone within
Money in the
18
Bank.
months,
Money
or
in
is
the
it
Bank
just
competition
rumors?
net.
I trust you as my
Jimmy was
inside,
hoping to be in,
reliable
but it was
source,
JC
Denise.
Mateo and
I
Jacob
think those are
Fatu
just,
who helped
I would
Solo
take it with a
Sikoa
grain of
earn that
salt
spot.
right now.
The
I wouldn't put
athleticism
too
of
much into
JC
that
Mateo
unless
for
you
his
get
size. You just
someone
marvel.
more reputable talking about
Power,
stuff,
the
you know?
explosivity
But as of
that
right now,
JC
I
Mateo
would
holds in those
really sweat
boots.
it, Jared.
A guy this big,
Honestly,
a guy
but
this wide
again, things can
should
change, and we've
never
seen
be
crazy
allowed
things
to
happen
pull
in
off
pro
a
wrestling.
move
So
like
I
that.
mean, of
That
course,
was
you never
Simone
know.
Biles-esque.
But I just don't think you don't have to worry about that right now, if that's something you're worried about.
Time and time
Jared,
again throughout
thank you so
this
much for the
match,
super chat,
throughout
dude.
recent weeks, Solo Sikoa has made the offer. Jim, you can come back. Do you want to come back? Do you want to join up? Time and time again, the offer's been rejected, and thus the punishment continues.
This does not appear to be about
All right, we're back from
beating
commercial
Jimmy
break.
Uso tonight. It appears to be about torturing Jimmy Uso to convince him to re-enter Solo's group.
Ooh, that was pretty impressive. Jimmy picking up Solo was pretty impressive.
Was that enough to create the opening?
Create some distance. That's the first part of it. For Big Jim now tapping into this energy from this loyal band
What's
of
up,
supporters here
Shantizi?
in
Thanks so much for
Bakersfield,
tuning into the
California.
stream. Hope you're doing
Right
good.
uppercut. Trying to come back.
We got the sniper here who says the way
Uso trying to
JC
get
and
him up
Fatu
again for
keep
that Samoan
eyeballing
drop,
each
but
other.
instead
Now
gets
that's
caught.
a match that we
Goal
want
to
to see for
Vegas,
sure.
JC Mateo. Still on his feet. That is
There's been some
astounding from
fun
the big
little
man.
moments in this matchup with Jimmy and JC, primarily because of JC's
Absorbing
size.
punishment and staying in the fight.
And this time Mateo comes in and eats a big elbow.
Nice.
Jimmy gets the
You know what?
best of
Maybe
it.
I should do a vlog for Money in the Bank.
And the kick out at 2.
But if it's
Yeah,
boring,
this deep into
I
a
don't want
matchup,
no one
this
telling
deep
me
up,
it's
this
boring, though.
exhausted, pulling out that
I don't know why,
Uso
but I
in
guess,
the
like,
wind and connecting
get-
with JC Mateo.
I always
just
feel
goes to show
vlogs
you
are,
you
like,
cannot
not
write
that
Big
exciting.
Jim Uso off.
And so and I
Great
post
scene
them
here,
up,
a
and everyone's
sold-out
like,
Dignity
"Oh, these are
Health
so good. I
Arena.
love them. Do
The
more."
start
And
of
I'm
what
like,
should be an epic
"Really?
weekend here in
Okay."
Southern California.
So
Worlds
maybe I
collide,
just
Money in the
don't
Bank
know.
tomorrow
Like,
in
I
LA.
guess to me, it's not
Mateo
that
just
exciting,
catches
but maybe to other people, maybe because I'm used to it already. I don't know. I think I need to, like, actually do the dang vlog. I'm gonna do the dang vlog tomorrow, guys. Screw it. The vlog is
So
happening.
much talk, so much momentum.
Looking to finish it
And
here.
hopefully I don't forget.
Barely. And I mean barely.
Thank you,
getting that
Don.
right
Don's so
shoulder
sweet.
up.
Says he could never be boring. Kyle says, I promise not to downvote it.
Still playing diplomat on the outside to Jacob Fatu is Solo
Oh, man, that's too
Sikoa.
funny.
Burning
That's
a
so
hole
funny.
right
Hey,
through
Mario
whether
R. He
it's
says, hey,
Jimmy
Denise,
Uso
just
or
dropped it out on my
JC
break from
Mateo.
work. Anything really special happened so
Super
far?
kick.
No, Mario.
Right under
we
the
had
chin.
a little confrontation
And
with Seth
another.
Rollins' group
The big
at the
man's
Bloodline,
wobbling.
Solo's Bloodline. But The biggest thing was probably Jeff Cobb. I mean, sorry, not Jeff Cobb. Jacob Fatu and Braun Breaker having a little bit of a confrontation. But that was basically it. And then right now we're watching Big Jim versus Jason Mateo. So you haven't really missed anything too crazy. Thank you, Mari. And enjoy the rest of your workday. Hopefully it goes by fast. Oh shit, Big Jim defeated JC Mateo with a roll-up. I think he kind of got a little distracted there, though. Hold on, I need to see the replay because I didn't exactly see what caused the distraction there. But I think it had to do with Fatu.
Jimmy Uso pulls out the win, but that collision between Mateo and Jacob Fatu went off.
Brandon Rosen says you could deliberately call it the boring Money in the Bank vlog. You'll get a shit ton of viewers. Well, I think sometimes people like those types of things where it's like mundane stuff. I mean, this would not be mundane, obviously, but like if you recorded a vlog at your house and you were like, this is what I do in the morning. This is what I do in the evening. This is what I do at night. Sometimes people like that kind of stuff. Like that one guy, do you guys remember that one guy who went like super viral because he just posted his like morning routine and it went super viral for whatever reason. He got like 50 million views or something on Twitter alone. I don't know how many views it got other places, but I remember seeing that like everybody was talking about that one guy. And like it wasn't even anything extraordinary. Oh, there's Julia and Zelina.
You have made your intentions very clear last week. Okay, but allow me to make something very clear to you. Okay, I have worked my ass off to get this. And if you want a shot at the Women's United States Championship, you are gonna have to pry it from my lifeless body. Because I am not giving this up willingly. No, I like you. You are confident. Wow.
Pledge your allegiance.
The U.S. champion.
Sorry guys, I'm reading something about Worlds Collide tomorrow and the parking situation. That's so funny. So to anybody that's going to the show, to both shows tomorrow, to Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank, heads up, if you park at the Kia Forum for Worlds Collide, you cannot walk from Kia Forum into a dome because you have to leave the parking lot at Kia Forum. Like you have to find parking at Intuit Dome, which is kind of messed up, but I'm not surprised by that. Cause I had a feeling they were gonna do that, by the way, and my feeling was confirmed because I was considering going to Worlds Collide, and I had thought about this as a scenario where I'm like, wait, if I park at Kia Forum, I would have to leave and then look for parking again. And for any of you guys who know that area, so Kia Forum it's Kia Forum, SoFi Stadium right in the center, and then Intuit Dome. And from Kia Forum to Intuit Dome, it's like a 25-minute walk. It's 1.3 miles from each other. So like 23 minutes or so of walking. But here's the thing, like you're gonna have to pay for parking twice unless you park in one of those outside lots, which they do have outside lots like in the surrounding areas. But if you were planning of going to both shows and parking at Kia Forum and staying there the whole day, you cannot do that. Like you can't do that. So someone just confirmed, Kia Forum just confirmed that right now on their social media. And so that's what I was reading right now because I'm like, yo, like that's pretty, it sucks and it's kind of stressful for those that are going to both shows because you leaving and have to refinding parking when it's just a block away, and then most of those parking spots are going to start to fill up at a certain point. So it's one of those things. So just a heads up to those of you guys who were planning on doing that. You guys got to make sure you get all of your bases covered. Okay. Get all of your bases covered when it comes to parking. So yeah. Blue Chew's like, it's just a little SoCal traffic, just a little bit. It's actually really bad in that street too, but I don't know if there's any other events running that day, but if there were any other events running, then it would be kind of bad. But if it's just the WWE stuff, then I think it'll be like normal annoying traffic. But if there was something running at SoFi Stadium, which I don't know, at the exact same time or something, then that's when we're talking pretty painful, because again, all of these venues are right next to each other. So yeah. Anyways, what do we got here? Loose Review says, you would think they would have a shuttle buses available. Oh, you swear. They don't do that here. They don't do that out here. They're like, you park where you need to park. And so, yeah, it is what it is. Bill W. from New York says, hey, Denise, what's up, Bill? Thank you so much for tuning in, man. I hope you're having a nice day so far. It's been pretty all right. It's been kind of chill today, actually. I feel like it's been a chill Friday. Let me see what else we got here. Addie Carver says, what if you ride a train? Well, it depends, because some people, well, here's the thing, like, we have, obviously public transportation and stuff like that, but SoCal is so spread out. It's not necessarily like ideal, especially depending on where you're coming from and where you're trying to go. It's not the easiest thing. It's not the easiest thing. So yeah, let's see. Chris Chaos says, so all them folks gonna have to move their cars and pay for more parking fees? Yes, unless they originally park. So let's say you park outside of Kia Forum and outside of Inwood Dome, then you can, whatchamacallit, because Inchwood Dome parking will not open apparently until like after Worlds Colliding begins. So you can park like outside in one of those other parking lots and then go to Kia Forum and not have to worry about moving your car. But those are a little bit, there's only a couple of those. There's not that many. Oh shit, I thought I did that. I was like, wait, what happened? Okay, so we're getting Damien Priest and Jacob Fatu.
It's tough with family, right? What you going through, I've been there, and I don't envy it. But regardless of your situation, man to man, face to face, I want you to know, at some point, I'm coming for the U.S. Championship.
Okay. Line up all the way then. But if you don't take care of your business when it comes to me, and you back in the line with it, just like the rest of these suckers. Yada da man.
All right, hold on. Am I lagging, guys? Or am I on? Let me know if I'm back or not.
Piper Niven is set for Zelina Vega.
Am I still frozen? Because I just saw a glitch right now, and I figured that was my internet. It glitched up right now.
You can feel it in the air here in California. Money in the Bank weekend has arrived.
Okay, Dawn says I'm just lagging right now, very choppy. Stream freezing. Don't worry, give it a second. I should be back soon. Okay, I'm good now. Okay, thank you, Adam Reidner. Yeah, if that happens, just give it a second. So what happens is that when I have to VPN, when I VPN the shows, the internet is not as strong as my normal internet. I don't know why the VPN actually slows my internet down. I don't know the technical reasons. I'm not really up on that, but what I've noticed is that every time the VPN is on, it causes some like lag issues sometimes. But usually it comes back like within like a minute or so. But whenever I stream without the VPN, I have zero issues, man, like zero issues. But the VPN tends to like lag up.
Go in the favor of the powerhouse Piper Niven right now. It all comes crashing down for Zelina Vega tonight.
Of course, Piper knows Zelina.
All right, so now we're getting Zelina versus Piper in a Bakersfield brawl. Okay, I didn't even know this was supposed to be a brawl.
Come against Chelsea Green.
Well, I gotta be
what?
honest with you.
Did no idea.
Chelsea Green in the Secret Service. You've got the nose
Ryan Sully says, "Hey Denise, my Uber driver's daughter's son's graduation is next Wednesday. You want to go? Keep up the great work, Denise. DWO for life. Hey, Ryan, sign me up. I will be there with flowers, a sash, a little graduation pair, you name it. Thank you, Ryan, for the support, man. Thank you, Arthur. You I like your jacket you're wearing. Yeah, I'm wearing a little Paris sweater. Thank you.
And the secret harvest.
Remember, street fight rules here in a big.
Hey, Greg, I will not be streaming Worlds Collide, so here's the deal.
Zelina and Piper.
Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank are so close together that I cannot stream Worlds Collide and still make it on time to Money in the Bank. Especially because press check-in closes earlier, and also I have to drive over there, look for parking, walk, and by the time I do all of that, it's not enough time. So I cannot stream Worlds Collide and make it to Money in the Bank on time because Worlds Collide, I hear, is gonna last like. It's gonna last apparently over 2 hours or so. So it would not work out, unfortunately. So that was my original plan, was to stream that show and at least go for Money in the Bank. But it's not possible. Like, it's just too close together. If I streamed the show, I would stream like a little bit of it, which is kind of pointless. So it really is not. It's not ideal. It's not ideal. Thank you, Greg.
He was looking for the Hurricane Rana, but instead, Piper able to get the best of her. Up on her shoulders and then slams her head down on the hard edge of the apron.
Well, that could break a jaw.
Tiger Claw Gaming says, how many times have they done this match? My gosh. I feel like we have seen this match at least like 4 times. But this is the first time it's a brawl. If that makes a difference for you, this is the first time it's a brawl. Although they haven't really done anything brawl-like. But yes, we've seen this match a whole lot, man. A whole lot.
That crossbody smashing right into the side of the ring has Piper Niven in complete control.
Oh, we have an entertainment goddess.
Where?
Right in front of us with the fantastic
Lady Gaga strides in.
Gio says it's the same crap.
This is all
yeah, I don't know why they keep running back Piper and Zelina. And I actually enjoyed it. Like, I do enjoy watching them, but it doesn't have to be every week, of course.
Pulled out the chain. Now, this crowd in Bakersfield is going to go nuts.
But again, like I said, at least they're adding a little bit to it right now, so that's good.
Actually, it's a red-hot crowd here. Sold out arena in Bakersfield. They deserve a lot.
Poor Chelsea. She still has to be out there with her mask because of her nose.
Not tonight. Chairs on the other hand.
I think they're just going to keep doing this until Julia finally takes the belt off of her. Like, I think that's when they're going to start to put some more thought into the United States Championship picture.
Swinging them around. And the diminutive frame of Zelina Vega presumably going to be on the receiving end.
Russ Thomas says I bet 100 on Zelina roll-up. Probably. That's how she's been winning a lot of these matches. Darren G says kind of done with this feud, nothing towards the wrestlers themselves. Of course not. But it just be like that sometimes. You can just, I think sometimes you can just tell when they legitimately care about pushing someone and taking care of their reign and really doing something creative with it, and when they don't. And I think it's very clear that they just saw the Zelina thing as like a way to, I don't even know what they saw it as, to be honest. I was trying to come up with an answer right now. But yeah, Suzuki here is right, says Zelina's whole reign is about the secret harvest, and it has been just that. Whereas I think Zelina's reign, the thing about Zelina is that she's had to prove herself consistently over and over. I think they should have done, like, tried to have her wrestle some other girls so that she does prove herself, you know? But when she's just wrestling the same people over and over, it's not really that intriguing. We got Terrence Johnson here with the super chat. Thank you so much, Terrence. He says, nix the Money in the Bank PLE and have it at WrestleMania.
Oh, the cannonball went south.
That's funny. Nix the Money in the Bank PLE and have it at WrestleMania. Look, I don't hate that idea of like having the Money in the Bank come back to WrestleMania like it used to be.
Right to the
but
cover.
I
Piper
feel like they like the
throws
idea
her
of
halfway
having the
across
themed
the ring.
pay-per-view,
Look at the difference in
themed
size of
PLE
frames between these
throughout
two.
the year.
Difficult
Although it
for
does make it feel more
Vega to
redundant
really
every
pull
year,
off
but
a tight
it's just
pin
one of those things I think that
against
we
Niven.
eventually are going to get used to.
Sidewalks.
But I would prefer it if they, I would prefer it if it was back at WrestleMania for sure. But then again, there's so much already excitement throughout WrestleMania. We need some excitement this month too. So never mind, I take it back. I take it back. Let's keep it this month just so we can have something going on in the month of June. Thank you, Taryn.
Around her right fist, and she's looking to choke Zelina Vega with it, who's trying to hold on, Wade.
And this is my favorite moment. You got a referee in there who wants to jump in, but there's nothing he can do. It's all legal. And Zelina Vega is going to have a scarf or a smile after this.
Scarf or
Like
a
the
smile
Joker from the
after
Dark
this.
Knight.
Look at the pressure that is being applied by Piper Niven.
And look at the pain in the eyes of Zelina Vega.
Oh, and then
Oh yeah,
knees her
thank
right
you for
in the
reminding
back
me,
and
Tony,
smashes
about
her
Money in the
head on
Bank is
that
pushed a little later this
turnbuckle.
year.
Lost
I
a
mean
couple
next
of
year,
teeth
excuse
in
me.
the
Yeah.
process there.
I had forgotten about that.
Take another look at this. Face
But yeah,
first.
but you get the gist.
Avec the
Something
chain
going on in the summer.
into that turnbuckle, and Zelina Vega incredibly
I still feel
concerned
really
about
bad
her
that
dental work
Alba
right now.
and
Well, there's no
Piper
respite,
have to work
Zelina.
in those
You earned
suits.
this.
They look
Piper
so
has set up that steel
uncomfortable.
chair a few times. Once between
Like just the
turnbuckles,
idea of having to
another in the
wrestle in a
corner.
button-up sounds awful.
Been several collisions from Vega, and this one might be the best of the bunch. Oh,
Oh, the counter!
Jesus.
She's able to counter with the DDT! Scrappy Zelina Vega, but Piper Niven rolls out.
Well, Piper Niven has no clue where she's at, but somehow instinct kicked in, and she got out of trouble for now. Take another look at this. The salute gave that slight
That was
bit
probably
of an
the best part of the match
opportunity
so
for
far.
Zelina Vega to turn it into a DDT and seize the momentum
Oh, Jesus.
once again.
Oh.
Goes up top, the moonsault, takes
Wait,
them all
that
out.
camera angle was
Chelsea
so
and the
wild. I
Secret
was like,
Service,
what
and
is
she gives a
happening?
big right hand
I
to
thought
Alba
Zelina was
Fire.
going to
Alba
go one
Fire,
direction.
who she
She ends up
recently
doing a
defeated.
moonsault. I
I
didn't even
felt that
realize
was
they
a
were out
little
there.
unnecessary. And
It was
she shot
funny.
Alba Fire, but right now it's all about Zelina Vega going skyward. Oh,
Wow.
nice and simple. A bare paw to the jaw of Vega. A giant slap. There's nothing pretty, but it is highly effective. And talk about highly effective. Where the hell are we going here?
Piper's climbing right up there with Vega. Piper Niven looking for the superplex, but fighting back with body shot after body shot. And then the headbutt is the diminutive Zelina Vega.
Oh, she's going for the
look at this at
code
all,
red.
Joe Tess. I know what Vega's going for.
Super code red, could it be Wade?
Yeah, she's going for it.
Are you kidding
Ooh,
me?
ooh, ooh, oh, she got it, she got it. Oh, I was nervous there for a bit. I'm
Into the
like,
cover
oh my God, is she gonna
press.
get it or not?
Oh, and Alba Fire comes into the ring, and now Chelsea Green gets involved and is
Is this
beating
gonna
down
end?
her chief
What
rival,
was the rap?
who took the
Oh, that's
title
right,
from
it's
her.
brawl. Never
Oh,
mind, I
wait, there's
forgot
no
it's
ball,
brawl.
there's no disqualification. You know why, Joe Tess?
It's a Bakersfield
brawl, and it's the best call in the history of Nick Aldis.
Street fight rules, and it is over-delivering.
Chelsea Green and her secret Hermes over-deliver every time they're on TV, Joe Tess. I'm glad you've finally come around.
You know, for this being something
Oh,
that
we
we've
see
seen
them bring the
100
table
times, it's
into
been
the ring
fine
as
today.
Niven slams down
Like, I've
Cena.
been entertained by some of what
Onto
they've
the
done here.
floor.
Again, we've
I
seen
mean,
it a
you
million
could
times,
throw
but it helps that
Vega
this is
into the ring
got a
now,
little bit of a
get an
stipulation.
easy pin, but it's not just about the win tonight. It's about making a statement. It's about making an example of someone who has humiliated Chelsea Green's secret Hermes week after week.
Well, the numbers game. has
Yeah,
proven
this
to
is
be too
this
much
is the
right now.
3-on-1
Numbers
matchup
game, the
for
power game,
Zelina.
the intensity. Zelina Vega made her bed, and now she is going to lie in it.
United States champion. 42 days with that title.
We're about to witness some grievous bodily harm
Oh no.
from the mean, the moody, the magnificent Piper Niven.
Piper's looking to come.
Oh, Julia.
Julia is here.
Okay, she
Julia
just took
evens
down
things up.
Chelsea
How's
and
Julia doing?
Elba.
who will be
Now
in the
Zelina's
women's
trying
Money in the
powerbomb.
Bank. And look at Vega.
Table.
Back on her feet, and Julia's got a kendo stick in hand.
Oh my God! Ow!
wow.
Ow! In the front and in
Just
the
in
back.
My, oh my! Right through, snapping that
And
Slim Jim
Zelina
table to
wins.
win.
All right, I like that she had that help from Julia, because Julia whacking Piper with the kendo sticks was pretty hilarious. She was like one in the back and one in the front. She was hitting Piper like a piñata, bro. So funny. And also Piper basically threw herself. Like, poor Zelina. She's so tiny. Like, there was no way Zelina was going to be able to throw Piper. Like, I just saw Piper just throw herself into that table.
Well, thank goodness for Julia
But
to come in when the numbers game was going
Julia
so
about to get
south
that
against
strap,
Zelina
bro.
Vega. As she raises her hand in appreciation.
if I was
Tomorrow
Zelina,
this year, women's- What is
good.
she
See,
doing?
I was about to say, if I was
What was
Zelina,
that all about?
I would have been like, girl, this is my moment. Thank you for the help, but I didn't ask you for it. Ooh, Julia.
Protective over who gets to beat up Zelina Vega, it would seem. That U.S. title is mine.
Title in hand and stepping right on her. The former NXT champion.
He wants
The night
that
before
strap.
She makes her PLE debut, letting it be known what she is targeting.
And Julia, of course, will be in 6-woman tag here on SmackDown.
Oh, yeah, that's
later
right. I
on
forgot
this
she's also
evening.
still in the Money in the Bank,
Perhaps
yeah.
that was a little warm-up for her.
What a
Okay.
scene here.
I see you, girl. I see what you're all about, Julia. All right, let's see what Jay and Cody, Jay and Cody.
What's up? Are you okay? I'm good, man. I'm good. A little banged up from Monday, but ain't nothing I can handle. You good? I'm good. Good, man. You look good. What's up with it? You straight? Yeah, I'm straight. Yeah, I'm good. Why everybody keep asking me that? Whoa, chill, man. You got a match tomorrow. Big title match on Monday. We just want to make sure the heat, man, ready to yeet when it's time to yeet. I'm good, Oos. I'm a champion now. That's what champs do, Oos. Answer the play, run the call. But look, though, only thing we got to worry about is what John Cena and Logan Paul have to say tonight. Other than that, worry about tomorrow. Yeah. Yeet.
Worry about tomorrow. They look so concerned about Jay.
No.
Oh, let's see what Alistair says.
I can't let it go. Initially, I had convinced myself that someone of your standing, someone as you so loved by the WWE Universe, using the Black Mass, was almost respectful. And in a weird way, I still respect it, but the longer I think about it, the more I think that you stole something from me. And that does not sit well with me. See, it's funny what the human mind can do. But now, I want to take away all this security that you had in that match. No Shinsuke Nakamura. No relaxed rules. Just you and me. And none of all the shadows that were there. And I'll drag you into light. And let's see what's left of you. But if you beat me, LA Knight, I will look you in the eyes. I will shake your hand.
Okay.
And I will admit defeat.
Do you think LA Knight loses right before Money in the
Come
Bank?
back. It is revenge time for Alistair
I don't
Black.
know,
Thought he
man.
had
I was
done
gonna say I would
to make it
hate
Money in
it
the
if
Bank.
LA Knight
Now
had
he
to take
faces
an
the guy
L
who took
right
that
before the
spot.
Money in the Bank.
LA Knight.
Yeah!
All right, we are now in a commercial break. In the meantime, though,
And coming in,
actually, this is a great time for me to remind everybody, since the commercial is on right now. For those of you who are planning on going to Fanatics Fest, Fanatics Fest is taking place Friday, June 20th through June 22nd in New York City. And I'm not sure how many of you guys were considering going. They do like meet and greets. They have like live podcasts and different things going going on for Fanatics Fest. Of course, WWE has like a big footprint on the show for the show too. Lots of meets and greets and things like that. So I will be at Fanatics Fest. I'm going to be there for the first time. I've never actually been to Fanatics Fest, so this will be my first time there. I'm very, very excited about it. So, and plus I get to go to New York City. That's always very fun. But anyways, I do have an affiliate link in the description box below. So if any of you guys are thinking about going, feel free to use my link when you guys purchase your tickets. And again, that's Fanatics Fest, June 20th through June 22nd, which is in a couple of weeks. Thank you guys for listening to my spiel. All right, let's see what else we got here. What do we got? We got Don here who says, if I have any money left after my trip next week, might get a ticket for one of the days. Don, enjoy yourself on your vacation. Enjoy yourself. We got Stephen Marchulli here who says, if LA Knight loses, he wins. I don't like the idea of someone winning the Money in the Bank after just taking a loss on SmackDown. I don't like that. I feel like he should, if he's going to win Money in the Bank tomorrow, he should also be defeating Alistair Black today. That's the way that I see it. I feel like you got to build people up instead of this whole, well, he lost this one, so let's give him this one. I don't like that. Like, I don't want to see it that way. I want, if he's going to win tomorrow, he should be winning here tonight. And if he loses here tonight and wins tomorrow, no one's going to give a damn. I know it, but I will give a damn. It will be in the back of my mind. I know the whole majority of people will not care, but it will be in the back of my mind. Thank you, Stephen Marchulli. All right, let's see what else we got here. Let's see. Let me go through some more comments, see what everyone is discussing here. We got Nick the Nene who says, nice. Denise in New York City. Remember, the best tacos in New York City are in Queens. Ooh, good to know. Thank you for the tip. That's great to know. And all right. Rube Zem says, don't see Alistair taking a loss so soon. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a tough one. All right. And 042 says the briefcase makes up for it. I always say when it comes to championships, the man makes the championship. I don't think the championship makes the man. When it comes to the briefcase, how do I see that? I mean, the briefcase comes with this big opportunity, but again, I still hate it. I think if people need to go in like feeling strong. That's just, it's something little that I care about because I watch every week. So that's why I care about little shit like that. But I know for some people are just going to be like blinded by the briefcase. They're not going to care that he lost to Alistair Black if that were to happen. They're not going to care. They're just going to be like, oh, the briefcase, he's got it. Let's move on. Who the fuck cares about SmackDown June 6th? You know? Anyways, all right. We're back on the show.
Tomorrow. Let's map it out for you, folks. YouTube.
042 says, I hear that. I agree, but it seems to be the way WWE creative think. Exactly. That is 100% true.
Countdown show for Money in the Bank. Wait, you're going to be on that as well as on the call ringside for Money in the Bank, streaming on Peacock at 7 p.m. Eastern, right into the post.
Look at beautiful California. All right, here we go. This match is next. Let's see what happens. LA Knight, Alistair Black.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Los Angeles, California.
We got Nick Grasso here who says, I think LA Knight beats Black, and tomorrow night, Black costs Knight turning heel in the process.
I mean,
ruins his opportunity at Money in the Bank. Those are my top two picks, back.
LA Knight is actually in LA.
Those are my top two men's picks for Money in the Bank. Like, if it's first step, I think it'll be LA Knight. But I'm not that confident, though. I'm telling you, like, this year's Money in the Bank for the men's does not have me, like, jumping up and down. It really does not. But we'll see.
The megastar got a massive 24 hours ahead of him, as have many other superstars.
Thank you, Nick Grasso, for sharing this.
To the very top level.
Let me talk to you. It's that time of the year again. Yeah. It's Money in the Bank season. Now think about it, and if you do a little bit of math here, yeah? This is my 3rd year in a row being in Money in the Bank. What's that, sir? You said 3rd time's the charm?
I wonder if
think?
Brad
3rd
really
time's the
said
charm?
that or he just added that.
Yeah. But I'm not satisfied with that. I'm not happy with that because I look at 5 guys running out here. You got Penta. All right, we like him a little bit. We know he's going to do everything under the sun to try and reach up and grab that case. We got Andrade. Okay, we like him a little bit too. Another guy who's going to do every possible thing that he can to get up there, because of course, he's in Money in the Bank. Everybody in Money in the Bank is going to do every single thing they can do, but these guys are going to take it to another level. But after I get to those 2 guys that maybe we can respect a little bit, then we get to the goon side of things. Then we get to El Grande Americano Gable. Well, that was a mixed reaction. We like him or we don't.
Now that is a mixed reaction. Kind of heard a little bit of both.
Dummy number 2, Solo.
Okay, that one wasn't so mixed.
I had a feeling that'd be about it. I feel the same way, if I'm honest. And look, Solo, we've done this a million times. I can drop you on your head one more time, climb the ladder, and take that case, no problem. But then I think about dummy number 3. I think about a man that I haven't had a whole lot of interaction with. I think about a guy who's recently got himself a little bit crewed up. He's got a couple guys running around with him, and I'm talking about Seth Rollins. Seth's been here. He's done that. He's had that case. He's been the champion. As a matter of fact, he's going to want to come in tomorrow, and he's going to want to burn it down. But Seth, what you got to understand is there's nothing hotter than an LA night with LA Knight in LA tomorrow night. Yeah. And what that means is
so many LAs in like 30 seconds.
You're gonna get burned by this man. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to feel out if I feel like LA Knight's winning. Sometimes you can pick up on certain things that they say during promos. Certain hype.
And I understand.
I don't know. I don't know.
Look, this is a big deal here. Money in the Bank's a big deal. Money in the Bank can make careers, it can break careers. So I understand why your feelings got hurt at the fact that I went ahead and stole the pin from you. My man, it's a 3-way match. I did what I had to do, and I got the job done. If you got a problem with that, if that hurt your feelings, I'm sorry for you. But now what you did is you set yourself up to get your feelings hurt one more time. Yeah.
I feel like the fact that he had a promo is
LA,
making me feel like he might actually...
Tonight. He ain't going to be in LA. He's going to be sitting on the couch. He's going to be sitting on the couch watching this man showing everybody whose game this is with everybody saying.
I feel like LA Knight, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but has he had the most promos discussing Money in the Bank? Because I haven't really heard Solo talk about it. I mean, Andrade just qualified. Like, he's had the most promos probably besides Seth Rollins, where he's actually talked about, you know, the Money in the Bank being a big deal to him, right? Or like wanting to win this in LA. So like the fact that he's like one of the only ones actually talking about it makes me feel like that's a good sign for LA Knight. We got JB from Georgia says, I feel like Seth Rollins is winning. Let's see, we got Steve Otar who says it's a misdirection. He ain't winning. Let's. Adam Reiner says this roster should be better. We got Loser B who predicts that Alistair Black will keep LA Knight from winning. RT says, I think they told him to go out there and kill time. Oh no, man. I was kind of hoping that people would be like, yeah, he's gonna win. Let's go, LA Knight. That's not the reaction I'm seeing so far.
This will be his fifth
Okay. Zeno Hour here says LA Knight is his pick. We got Eric Diaz that says Penta or Seth. Again, I'm thinking Seth or Knight. Okay. Hey, we got Infamous Raider Loco who sends in a super chat. Thank you so much, Infamous Raider Loco. He says, Alexa, Rhea, and Stephanie are my faves. Tagging. Get the oxygen tank. Looking forward to it. Did I miss you reading my first super chat? LA Knight winning Money in the Bank.
Against L.
Hold on. I didn't see it. Oh, wait. Oh, hold on 1 second. I actually missed 2 super chats. I'm sorry. Thank you for letting me know. I don't know how that happened. Okay, thank you, Infamous Raider Loco. Sorry about that. After Terrence Johnson, because I did read this one, I missed one from the Imperial Silence who says, the weather here in LA is fantastic. Flew from Texas and always dread the summers there. Really pumped for tomorrow. Wish I could stay a whole week, but heading to Raw in Phoenix. So first of all, Imperial Silence, welcome to my turf, bro. Welcome to my neck of the woods. It's very great weather. The thing about LA is that even if it's hot, at least it's not humid, so you'll enjoy as long as you get under some shade, you will be fine. Or as long as you're out of the sun, you will be fine. So it is very, very nice weather right now, Imperial Silence. So I do hope you enjoy yourself at Money in the Bank as well as Raw in Phoenix as well. I do tend to like Phoenix too. It's pretty chill towns, a pretty chill city. So I think you'll enjoy yourself for that. We also got Infamous Raider Loco. I missed this super chat. He says, hi DWO leader, finally get to watch wrestling and be part of the watch along. It's been a crazy work week. I gotta still watch NXT and Fyter Fest. Hope you're great. Thank you so much, Infamous Raider Loco. And dude, with Fyter Fest alone, you got 4 hours to catch up on. Plus NXT 2 hours. You're 6 hours behind. You can watch all those like very, very fast. Very fast. When you watch afterwards, just fast forward the stuff you don't want to watch, the things you've already seen, and you'll be fine. We got Gio here who says, finally something new. Gio, thank you so much for sending this in too. I don't know how I missed this as well. Jesus, what is wrong with me? You know what I'm thinking? I think I didn't see the number update. So on StreamYard,
in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match.
On StreamYard, it'll update me when there's a new super chat, but sometimes I just go by the chat, so that's how sometimes I might miss something if the number doesn't update and I missed it originally. Thank you, Gio. Actually here who says it might use this. Oh, that's the one I did read. Okay. Okay, we also got Nick Rosso here who says, oh, I already read this one. I read this one. Okay, and then this is the one that's brand new. Infamous Raider Loco says, LA Knight ripping each individual, loved it. He's the only one who's had the chance to even do that. That's what I'm saying by, like, you know, I feel that that may be a good thing for LA Knight. Thank you so much, Infamous Raider Loco.
On average, 6 attempts to win the Money in the
Bank
ladder match.
Now I'm caught up.
In that match,
90s pop, I mean K-pop lover. I read it as 90s pop lover. 90s pop lover is actually me, K-pop lover. Says 90 in Tampa. Right now, over here, it is, let me see, it is a lovely 70 degrees. I have a sweater on. So definitely not bad here at all. But then again, I'm inside my house, so that's so funny. Mike Cepeda says 75 here in Baltimore.
In extreme heats like it is here in Bakersfield too. That may well have an effect on the megastar tomorrow night.
All right, we're 30 seconds. In 30 seconds, we'll be back from the commercial break.
Like a sauna here in Bakersfield.
Still, the Pickle says show's going quick, already an hour in. Yeah, that's always good. 2 hours to go, baby. Giddy up, we got 2 hours to go. And so far right now, LA Knight and Alistair Black are really just filling each other out. Fred, oh my man, 90 in Vegas.
For the megastar.
You're going through it. Guys, give Fred some love, because Fred is going through it. 90 in Vegas is like 300 degrees. 90 in Vegas is awful. At least me, I think it's awful because I've been in Vegas in 90 degrees and it felt like I was in an oven. So please give some love to Fred who's going through it. Tanisha Hicks says 93 in Texas. Oh, Tanisha, I hope it's not. Does it get humid in Texas? I feel like it does. If I remember correctly, the last time that I was there was very, very humid. But I might have been confusing it with another city, so who knows?
Made the cover, got the win, earned his way to what will be the men's Money in the Bank ladder match tomorrow, just down the road in LA. Back and forth.
All right, we're back to this match. We got Double S that says 95 in Florida. Yikes. Oh, yikes. Melissa Cabello says 100 in Laredo, Texas. Oh, Melissa, please tell me you got that AC bumping and going and you got some water, lemonade, literally anything.
Megastar who tonight is looking to extinguish all doubt by putting Black down.
He said, hey, listen.
Tiger Claw Gaming's living the best life. He's like, it's 64 where I'm at. Amazing. That's great weather. 64, you're like nice and breezy.
Just because you hit the move that kept an opponent down.
You brought up the fact, though, the concern of taking on a match like this and this matchup of skills round.
Green says the humidity is no joke. Yeah. Like, I don't mind the heat. Like, I could live with it, but it's the humidity that I think makes it worse.
That's the most in WWE this year, Wade.
Yeah, add up cumulative minutes of in-ring competition in 2025. I'm willing to bet that LA Knight is at the front of the pack, and it's admirable.
Okay, as everybody's wondering how SmackDown is going, we're talking about the weather, so. That's not a good sign for Friday Night SmackDown, guys. It's not a good sign for Friday Night SmackDown. Alistair Black, take that goddamn headlock off of LA Knight and please do something more entertaining. Come on, we got a 3-hour show, baby. Let's get some action going, please.
Has 14. Stephanie Piquet.
Is that too blunt? But look at her. Look, I started saying something, start doing something. Come on. Like, we're not on a commercial break. Get that fudging headlock out my face right now.
Just mentioned about LA Knight will pale in comparison to the one he could pull
I feel like I was too
tomorrow
blunt.
night in Los Angeles if he grabs the briefcase.
Oh, man.
And the contract there in.
Larish Johnson says I might have to go to Atlanta for July or Texas. Nice. I will be in Texas for one day. One day, guys. I have a crazy schedule for All In. So my family is going to vacation. They're going to New York in July. So I will be going with them. And then, so I'll be in New York from the 7th, I think, to the 11th. Yes, you heard me say the 11th, which is the day before All In. And then from New York, I will be going to Dallas. I will be in Dallas for a couple of hours.
No backing down by LA Knight here.
And then I will be leaving Dallas that night. So I will be going and coming the exact same day, the 11th in Dallas. And then I will be back home in Los Angeles by late the 11th. So the 11th, I will be in 3 different states. New York, Dallas, and Los Angeles in one day. Now that I got a vlog.
Back on those strikes again is Alistair Black. Oh!
Back in control is Black. Hooks the leg, looking for the win here.
And it's like boxing, Joe. You're the expert at that, but
so yeah, I wanted to be back in time to stream All In, and I'm only going for the media day that they're doing on the 11th. So yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. And then I'll be here for Evolution and all of that. I'm not planning on going to Evolution. I'll be here. So as of right now, that's the plan.
Powerful, accurate. But he knows where to find those spots.
Yes, I'm taking 2 trips to, Don. See, Don's paying attention. Don's like, see, Don catches details. I will be going to New York twice, yes. June for Fanatics Fest and then July for family vacation. My mom's never been to New York, and she's taking my brothers and my sister to New York. And she,
That's exactly what you're talking about right there.
And I haven't gone on a vacation with them in years. So I wanted to tag along.
At this point, if you're LA Knight, you're begging somebody to grab.
Oh, Jesus.
He was going for that springboard moonsault.
I don't know what happened there. And now we're going to commercial break. Jesus, Louises. We got Double S here who says, get that fudging headlock out of my face. Denise Salcedo,
Wait,
2025.
had so much momentum with the striking
Double S,
attack,
that's the best thing you're going to hear this whole stream. This stream has peaked, everybody. That is it. Thank you for coming.
LA was quick to react.
Sayonara. Have a great Friday night, everybody. Get that fudging headlock out my face. Bro, am I lying? It's a 3-hour show on a Friday night. Do not be giving me a headlock right now, yo. Do not be doing this to me. So funny. Thank you, Double S. You made me laugh.
Shotting his way in, and that left shoulder getting up from Black.
It's so funny. Paul Green Dennis here says, damn, Denise, talk about road tripping. I know. The good thing is that all of those places are like not that far from each other. It's like a, I think, 2-hour, 3-hour flight from New York to Texas. And then from Texas back to LA, it's 3 hours and 10 minutes. So it's not bad.
Megastar going up top.
If I was going like from LA to Texas, that wouldn't be too bad either. Never mind. Never mind. If I was going from LA to New York, and then I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Forgot it.
Trade of strikes.
Creed says, any spots in New York that you have yet to see? You know, I think I've done like all the touristy stuff already. Anything else that I haven't done is something that I didn't know about because I'm not a local. But I've pretty much done it all already. So I'm really just going. Honestly, I'm going just to eat. I'm going to eat and spend time with my family because I've already seen all the other stuff. But my mom's like, you're going to be our tour guide. And there's something you guys should know about me is I love being a guide. So I can't say no to being a tour guide. Honestly. The second you put me in charge of something, yo, I'm on it. I'm on it. Very exciting stuff for me. I'm that kind of person that likes to be in charge of things. So I like to do that type of stuff. So she was like, you're going to be the tour guide. I'm like, oh, okay, let's do this. So funny. Melissa A says, what about SummerSlam? Are you going? Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. But I'm only going for the media day, and I'll come back before SummerSlam, though. So I'll probably only be there for one day and then come back.
This crowd is loving it.
Because I don't want to have to deal with getting out of MetLife Stadium. I don't want to do that. It's not for me.
Each man trading body shots.
Isaiah's World says, I need a vlog where you take Reg to a WWE PLE and be his tour guide. I am not babysitting Reg. He doesn't eat. I cannot babysit Reg. His eating schedules are not like mine.
As you see, Black rolling through his LA Knight. LA Knight's going to be
all right, nice. Okay, finally this match is shifting gears.
For Alistair Black, and LA Knight kicks out.
We got Dan Bridgman here who says, you like to be in charge? We have never noticed.
He's dealing with the skill of Alistair Black.
The skill and the other
excuse the Pillow Princess allegations. I do like to be in charge sometimes. Okay? Sometimes. Thank you, Dan. Rich says, go visit the fellas that busted open in New York City. Yeah, I was thinking about that, actually. I've never been to the Stereo Studios in New York City, so I've never been. So maybe I'll go. Finally, this match picked up. Jesus.
And ladies and gentlemen, whose game is it?
LA Knight, yeah.
Leaping elbow, no! Able to see.
I feel like Alistair telegraphed that leg, and LA Knight caught that.
LA Knight with those incredible reflexes, turning the tables on Alistair Black.
Burning Hammer was denied as he landed on his feet. The roll up and the kick out at 2.
Well, these guys really neutralizing one another, going move for move, hold for hold, counter for counter. Oh.
I feel for LA Knight every time he gets one of Alistair's kicks.
Fascinating to see this matchup. Two wildly skilled, going for that moonsault again, but instead, Knight meets him right away. And there's the burning hammer as Knight, and rolling free and out of harm's way.
I was gonna say, if we go to another commercial break, I'm gonna lose my mind. Okay, someone's coming. Oh, it's Seth. DQ. All of that for DQ. I hate you, Seth Rollins. What the hell? Bro, we should have known it. We should have known it. We were talking about how LA Knight can't take a loss before Money in the Bank. Alistair can't take a loss because he just got there. Usually when we find ourselves in those situations, we end up with some sort of DQ.
He's looking for another stomp. Oh, and Alistair Black is going to confront him. And Braun Breaker.
Oh, there's. Oh, is he about to spear Alistair?
Spear!
Oh, he went easy on him today. We've seen Braun Breaker kill some guys with that. He went easy on Alistair.
Apparently collateral damage.
Oh, and the senton by Big Bronson Reed.
After that, Carlito and Spears.
Oh, a spear on Knight.
It's very, very like. Those are the spears I want to see. Like what Braun did to Carlito and Speed.
In the Money in the Bank ladder match. That's what this is all
I want to
about.
see the guy sent into the freaking Twilight Zone. That's what I want to see.
Path to victory in the Money in the Bank ladder match.
All right, we got a commercial break incoming here.
Match.
We got Corey McCarther. What's up, Corey? He says, yo, Denise, have you ever ordered food on an app and didn't ask you to pay and order again with payment? Happened tonight and I came home with 2 honey chicken salads at free, 1 paid. What? Congratulations, Corey, but also, that's never happened to me. Yo, hell yeah, man. I was going to say, those apps charge an arm and a leg. So I'm so glad that you got something free out of one of those apps because they be taking hella advantage of people. They be charging like $40 for like one little burger. Corey, I'm so glad that you ended up with 2 honey chicken salads. Enjoy yourself. Save one for tomorrow or something. You got dinner taken care of. Thank you, Corey, for the love, and hope you're having a good Friday.
This week, we're climbing the ladder at Money in the Bank.
All right, let's see what they're about to announce.
Oh,
King and Queen starts.
The tournaments begin with 4 fatal.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about Night of Champions. I keep forgetting about Night of Champions.
From there, it becomes a co-branded singles competition with semi-finals and the finals.
And those finals, they take place in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Oh yeah, I forgot it's in Riyadh.
And Night of Champions.
Me.
But the stakes could not be higher because the King and Queen of the Ring get a title match against the top champion of their respective brands at the biggest event of the summer, SummerSlam.
So good luck, everybody. May the best man and woman win.
All right, so we got the official announcement for King and Queen of the Ring.
Grabbing announcement by Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce with the return of the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments to WWE. Well, my next guest has a vested interest in one of those tournaments. She is Jade Cargill.
What is up?
What's going on, Jade? Listen, I know tomorrow night you would have loved to have been part of the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match, but how good does it feel knowing that now you get to compete in the Queen of the Ring tournament?
I mean, it feels great. Now, I understand
Oh, so she's in it,
have
okay.
the opportunity of climbing that ladder and grabbing that briefcase, but I'm gonna keep climbing regardless. I am the Storm, and I can't wait to tear through this Queen of the Ring tournament. And when the dust settles, I will be your next Queen of the Ring.
I can
And at
so see her
SummerSlam,
as Queen.
I'm not asking for gold. I'm taking it.
She'd fit in perfectly as Queen of the
On a slightly
Ring.
different note, also last week, we saw Bianca Belair refuse to forgive Naomi for what she did to you, but everybody wants to know, where do things stand between you and Bianca?
Oh, there's Charlotte. Oh, another Charlotte Jade confrontation.
Salt and sugar look the same. So either choose your friends wisely or don't have any at all. And if you think you're winning Queen of the Ring, you're gonna need a prayer. There's only one queen in the WWE.
There's Tiffy.
Good luck with that, ladies.
And look who is set to join us.
Okay,
No
so by
matter
the
what
way,
time
we've had
zone
so
you're
many
in,
Charlotte,
there's always
Jade
Tiffy time.
Cargill little confrontations. I'm not sure how many of you guys have seen my how many of you guys have seen my Evolution 2 predictions video. Check it out because I talk about that quite a bit in that video too. So if you guys haven't checked it out, please do so. Also, in the meantime, since we are on a commercial break, I also want to take this opportunity. I'm not sure how many of you guys have like ever done any sort of betting on pro wrestling. So I recently, about a couple of weeks ago, you guys have probably seen on several of my videos of me promoting my bookie. And so my bookie is right now doing WWE betting. And I signed up. I have an account. I placed my bets and you guys can too. So if any of you were interested in doing so, all you have to do is head on over to my bookie and use the promo code Denise. And basically if you use my promo code Denise, you guys get extra money for whatever it is that you deposit. So like if you deposit $50, you get an extra $25. If you deposit $100, you get $50. If you deposit $200, you get $100, and so on, right? So that is at my bookie. And like legit guys, like I already placed my bets for Money in the Bank. So I just thought to myself, like, all right, like you never know. Like I feel like this is my first time, by the way, like betting on a WWE show. I've never actually done it before. So this is my first time through my bookie. So I'm very excited about it because I'm like, I always do predictions. Sometimes I do really, really great. Now imagine if I can actually make some money off of that. Please, again, go check out my bookie and use the promo code Denise, okay? So that they know that you heard about them from your girl, Denise. All right, T. Anyways, all right, let's see what else we got here. And let me go through some more comments here. Let me see. Let me catch up with everybody. Ooh, Mixed Economics is already thinking about his his bettings that he's gonna put for people. Enjoy yourself, Mike Centenni. I hope you have a good time, man. Always thankful for you for tuning in each and every single time. And let's see what else we got here. Hey, yo, Infamous DJ One says that's cool with my bookie. Thank you so much. Shout out to Matthew Garcia, who's also in the chat. Who else do we got in here? Jordan Taylor says there's multiple stare downs between Jade and Bianca. I was dying to know. Dude, for reals. I'm like, at this point, like, let's go. They've been teasing that for a while now, really, for a while. Also, we got a super chat here from Paul Green Dennis. Thank you so much, Paul. He says, what do you think of LA Knights going to Raw? It'd be a great refresher, a really, really great refresher. I think he would be one of those people that I would like to see jump over to the other brand because I feel like it's kind of gotten a little bit, yeah, if it wasn't for Money in the Bank right now, like we would not be talking about LA Knight because there's really nothing going on with him right now, which is unfortunate. So maybe going over to Raw and getting a new fresh coat of paint, usually stuff like that, that definitely helps. We got Suzuki here who says, hold on 1 second. Let me wrap up this old stream. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to start a new stream here. 1 second. Sorry, guys. Because I record on the background for video stuff and I have to start a new stream really quickly. Girls multitasking at the moment. Okay, and record. Cool. Okay, cool. We're good. Okay. So says let me get the volume back up. Suzuki says, when is the last WWE match you've seen end clean? Lyra versus Becky is the last I've seen and was the only one on Backlash to end clean. Jesus. Ooh. No, there's been a few, right? I usually don't remember like details like that, but I'm glad that you brought that up though, because I feel like it's pretty important to have clean finishes all the time. I prefer them. If it was up to me, we'd have them in each and every single matchup, to be honest. But you're right. There is a lot of them that don't happen that way, Suzuki. Thank you so much for pointing this out. Oh, and we're getting another
Muy bien, Santos.
Santos, Angel, and Humberto promo package here.
Después de esa reunión que tuvimos, estamos de acuerdo que vamos a Worlds Collide.
Pero ahora tengo un plan muy sencillo. Worlds Collide.
What's the plan, Santos?
Ahí de una vez por todas vamos a establecer ante nuestra gente, nuestro público, nuestro México, a quién le pertenece el mundo de la lucha libre.
¿Tienes una primicia?
Sí.
El legado del fantasma en contra de Psycho Clown, Pagano y el que siempre va a vivir de la sombra de su padre, Dr. Robin III.
Okay. Estamos eliminando efectivamente el alma y el corazón de esa casa. Así que mucha atención. Sé que podemos. Tenemos las herramientas para hacerlo. A establecer a quién le pertenece el mundo de la lucha libre frente a nuestra gente, nuestro público, nuestro país, a la voz de dos palabras. Legado. Familia. ¡Viva México!
All right. Well, nice little video package for them. Again, let's see how much they keep that going after Worlds Collide.
Chad Gable. Chad, big day for you tomorrow at Worlds Collide. You challenge El Hingo Del
Dude, I feel like we see 100 Chad Gable promos in a week.
Championship.
This dude is always having promo time.
Confidence is high, I must admit.
Always.
I'm a little disappointed I didn't qualify for the Money in the Bank, but they found a suitable replacement. The greatest luchador of all time, El Grande Americano, is going to climb the ladder and take the briefcase
Oh shit, I forgot to put
home.
the comments.
And as
Whoops.
for me, I find my own way into the history books tomorrow when I defeat Vikingo at Worlds Collide and win the most prestigious title in all of Lucha Libre, the AAA Mega Championship. Coming home with me.
He was trying to say it in Spanish, but he said it in English. That was pretty funny.
Evo, ¿tú crees que le vas a ganar? Sí. ¿Al vikingo? Tú no tienes idea.
Sí.
¿Quién es el vikingo? Mira. Sí.
He's just saying sí.
¿Qué? ¿Sí qué?
Hey, Andrade.
That was a good opening for Andrade to say something about Chad and have him say sí.
Hey! That's enough. What? That's funny?
Yeah, why?
It's funny when El Grande puts you both through a ladder tomorrow night.
Hey, Hey, relax. Hey, you
Oh, are they gonna make this match right now? Do it, Aldis, do it.
Hey. I got enough going on tonight without you lot coming to blows back here. So guess what? You can settle this in the ring tonight.
Good. Okay, that's a good matchup, guys. Penta and Andrade versus Julius and Brutus. That should be fun. Okay, finally, something to wake me up. Thank goodness. All right, let's see what we got here. By the way, we got Rudio here who says Money in the Bank weekend is here. I'll be at Into It tomorrow, as well as Stephanie and Roxanne's meet and greet on Sunday a.m. Hope to see you there, Denise. Yes, I will be at Money in the Bank at Into It Dome this weekend. Oh, tomorrow. This weekend, tomorrow. I will be there for the show, so I cannot wait, Rubio. Hopefully we run into each other, man. And thank you so much for the super chat, Rubio, and I hope you have a good time doing both Stephanie and Roxanne's meet and greet. Rubio's already like, all right, I'm gonna put some cologne on, get nice and clean shit.
Target.
The
Money in
hair,
the Bank
put a little
tomorrow.
gel, put a little hairspray.
And bring
You know,
one woman
yeah,
a massive
you know what you're doing, Rudio. I know what the plan is. That's so funny. No, seriously, I hope you have a good time meeting Stephanie and Roxanne. We got Infamous Raider Loco who says 16 men and 16 men and women for title shots at SummerSlam. Is this AEW? Oh, for the King and Queen thing that they're doing. Thank you, Infamous Raider Loco. All right, let's see what Tiffy has to say. What does our girl have to say today?
Let's call it for what it is, shall we? Last year, I didn't just become the youngest Miss Money in the Bank. I became the it girl of WWE, which is why I can see it now. Every single lady in that match is gonna try and pull a Tiffy and pull someone off a ladder and then reach for the stars.
Pull a Tiffy.
I mean, we can all agree that every single lady in that match is championship material, right? But it doesn't matter because whoever wins Money in the Bank, their world will be revolving around me.
I can't wait to see Tiffany in another hot feud.
So, ladies,
She had so much buzz with that Charlotte stuff.
You can trend for one night, but I fear no one can outdo the doer. Because Bakersfield...
I hope one of the girls interrupts her. Come on.
What time is it?
One of the popular girls needs to come out. Yes, there we go. Oh, and it's her opposite sister, Rhea and Tiffany.
A sold-out Dignity Health Arena just jumped to
Remember,
their
they were the Malibu houses, the pink house and the black house. Okay, I'm glad that it was Rhea who came out, because anytime we get Rhea, Tiffany interactions, my
Women's World
dreams
Champ.
are coming true.
Rhea Ripley is here. 2.5 weeks ago, Wade earning her way to Money in the Bank.
Thinking Michael Gang says, oh my God, oh my God.
So
funny.
Money in the Bank ladder match tomorrow.
All right, let's see what we get from this.
Probably the majority of
I don't think Rhea's winning, by the way, the Money in the Bank. I mean, she could, because I am expecting to see her versus Io.
Grab the contract and
But I don't think Rhea is winning, though.
and end Tiffy time.
The star power in Bakersfield tonight is something special.
I love that Rhea's letting her hair grow. I can't wait till she has like full-on long blonde black hair. Like Tiffany Stratton length, but black, obviously. Okay, come on, what are we gonna get between the punk rock girl and the prom queen?
You know, Tiffy, I've never actually been a part of the Money in the Bank match before, because the fact is, I never had to.
It's championship material from the start.
I don't know what it feels like to win that contract like you do, but I do know what it feels like to be a champion. And I miss that feeling.
Oh, Tiffy, get ready. Was that Jade? No, wait. Oh, it's Stephanie's theme. Sorry. Okay. So we're going to have Stephanie, Rhea, and Tiffy. I wonder what this is going to go down like. I hope they actually give... Wait, what? Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot they were doing this. Guys, I forgot they were doing the sixth woman. And I was like, wait, what? Stephanie versus whom right now? I'm like, what now? I thought for a second they were going to do Stephanie and Rhea. I was like, did they not promote this? What is happening?
What it feels like
That
to
is so
be
funny.
A champion. This is
I was losing it right now for a minute.
Signing the first woman in NXT history.
I
to
like
hold both
that
NXT
camera
singles
shot too
titles
of
at
Rhea
the
being in
same
Stephanie's
time.
shot.
What an ovation for the dog!
Oh my
It's all
gosh.
It just gets better and better, Wade.
Like the reactions Alexa gets, guys, it's like just a reminder of who the Alexa Bliss is. That girl, okay? I think people have forgotten that Alexa is that girl.
Tag team partner.
And she reminds you every single time that she comes out and she makes her entrances. By the way, we got a very generous super John Taylor.
Headed to Money in the Bank, the
Just look at my
five-time
TV, saw the
world
official wrestler of
champion,
the
the
DWO,
mysterious
Bronson
and
Reed,
perplexing
standing tall on
Alexa
SmackDown
Bliss.
in the OG hometown of the Righteous
this
Ranch
match
himself, beautiful
on Friday
Bakersfield.
SmackDown,
And it was a
presented by
sign I should
Twisted
drop
Tea,
in
Hard
and
Iced
say,
Tea, keep it
hey.
twisted. Please
I love how
drink
Braun
responsibly.
Breaker is the official wrestler of the DWO, and I'm 100% signing off on that. I agree. He is the official wrestler. We should put a flag in the DWO. It's Bronson Reed face. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, John, for always showing so much kindness here on these streams. So much love. We got King Michael Gang 123 here who says it's Wednesday at Barbie. Yeah, man. Oh, I know. Booker T would be like losing his shit right now. He would be losing his freaking shit seeing both Tiffany Stratton and Rhea Ripley, as well as also Stephanie Becerra. We saw Sheldon Jackson up in here. He says, Will Ospreay's girlfriend, Alex Windsor, announced that she is officially All Elite. I'm happy for her. Yeah, I saw that a couple of hours ago before SmackDown, and I'm honestly not surprised. Like, I'm really not surprised to see her get this shot with AEW. It's going to be exciting to see her mix it in with all of these girls, and I'd seen her get a couple of opportunities with AEW, so I'm actually surprised it took as long as it did because I had already seen her get some cool opportunities with AEW. So congratulations to Alex Windsor. We got Infamous Raider Loco here who says, oh my God, get the tank ASAP, can't handle it. Infamous is like, I can't breathe. Get the tank, I can't breathe. Seeing all of these girls together. So funny. Thank you, Infamous Raider Loco. John Taylor says, and now I'm ditching you for the Angels game. Boo the Angels, John. I used to go to when the Athletics would face the Angels. Like, they would face the Angels a whole lot here at Angel Stadium. So we would go to all of the Athletics Angels games. So obviously I would be there booing the Angels. And then when like out here, like if you're either an Angels fan or a Dodgers fan. And so obviously I support Dodgers over the Angels. Sorry, John. So the Angels have always found themselves on enemy turf for me. First with the Athletics and then also with the Dodgers. It's wild up in here. But John, enjoy your game. John's like, curse you. Thanks, John. All right, let's see what else we got here. Hey, what's up to the 8 of us together is in the stream. Good to see you. We also got famous Amos. Hey, I haven't seen you in a minute. How are you, man? We got Matthew Garcia who says, let's go Angels. Lori's Johnson says, go Dodgers. I got to see Shohei Ohtani play live for the first time here yesterday when I went to the game. And dude, like, I mean, obviously I knew he's popular because if you come out to LA, his jerseys, yo, everyone is in a Shohei jersey. Like, you have no idea how many Shohei jerseys I see him one day when I go out. It's just everywhere. And I'd never seen him play in person, obviously. So when he came out, it was funny because like my wrestling brain was on and I was thinking to myself, damn, that pop for Shohei is freaking loud. Shohei getting one of the biggest pops of the game. Obviously not surprising. But yeah, it was funny because like my wrestling brain was on at that moment, thinking of like, because I don't really know the players, okay? Like, I don't know the players. Like, I'm a casual. I don't know the players. I only know Shohei. I'm super casual that way. And so I was basing everything off of people's reactions. So funny. All right, we are back here, by the way, on SmackDown.
I can't believe we're only 2 weeks away.
And
from
we
FANATICS
have
Fest
Steven
NYC at the
Marchuli who
Javits
says,
Center.
yep.
It's gonna be
Oh, wait, sorry.
June 20th
Stephanie
through
Becerra versus
22nd.
Rhea will
Folks,
be money.
if you haven't been, let me tell you something.
So
it is the
much
ultimate
money.
destination for
So
sports
much
fans
money. Like
and
this,
collectors.
them being
The
on
world's
screen together on
largest
Monday Night
gathering
Raw
of
this
Hall of
past
Fame athletes.
Monday.
You got
Dude,
WWE
what the
superstars,
hell?
all the collectibles.
I'm gonna
all
buy.
the sports
First of all, I'm just gonna say this:
experiences,
if we do get
Undertaker,
Stephanie
Charlotte
and
Flair,
Rhea at
Mysterio,
some
Bianca
point, you know
Belair.
how they do those
Tickets are on
T-shirts where they
sale
have
now at
they usually do them for WrestleMania when they have like whoever's main eventing on the T-shirts, staring at each other like this. You know those T-shirts? They better do them with Stephanie and Rhea, and I'm gonna buy that damn T-shirt. Thank you, Steven.
Introducing first from Orlando, Florida.
Matthew Garcia says Shohei all day and twice on Sundays. So funny. Rally Cap Jonathan here says, I saw Shohei last year too. Amazing. Yeah, he whooped the game. I felt like every time he was on, like it was happening in the game.
Naomi has grand designs tomorrow
Famous
night.
Amos says, I saw people making edits of Stephanie and Rhea on TikTok. Ooh, what kind of edits? Are they appropriate edits or like inappropriate edits? Because there's some weird stuff out there, guys. And I see some weird stuff because obviously, because I post pro wrestling content on social media, I get recommended pro wrestling content, and they're from accounts that I don't follow, and some of the stuff they post, I'm like, my eyes, mute, unfollow, snooze, whatever I gotta do. Tiger Claw says nasty edits, Denise. Oh, God. Oh, okay, wait. Famous Amos says the future edits. If you know, you know, you know. I don't know. The future edits. If you know, you know, you know. I'm going to take it as it's inappropriate. I'm just going to take it as that. I'm excited for this match, though. Hey, what's up, Latuan Rocket? Thank you so much for joining us.
To the annoyance of Liv Morgan, it would seem.
By the way, everyone, I do want to take a second and thank each and every single person who has followed the Facebook page, by the way. Today, the Facebook page crossed 5,000 followers, and I'm so freaking happy because I went back and I went back, thankfully, through my Twitter post because you guys know me, I post everything. I was able to find all of my tweets where I celebrated milestones on my past Facebook page. And also I kept track of that, some of that myself. So I'm now able to see how long it took me to hit certain benchmarks on my old page. And so last month, 1 month to hit 5,000 followers on Facebook. This time, it took me 15 days. 15 days. So as of right now, 15 days ahead of schedule. So very thrilled about that. Very, very thrilled.
Could potentially cash in on
hitting like, leaving comments, sharing the videos, following. I'm always in there. I always go in at night, at the end of the day, or sometimes in the middle of the day, to go and leave comments and see what everybody's saying. I'm constantly on there responding to people, reading people's comments, seeing what people have to say, talking about things. You name it, it's happening. And so I'm very happy because even like one of the things too that the page where I was at last time, I was getting like 20 to 25 million monthly views, and I'm so close to breaking my first million. I'm almost there, and to have done that in like under a month is sick. So yeah, I'm very excited about that. Thank you to everybody who's seriously supported on that page. All right, but here we go. The match is starting, so I'm gonna shut up now.
Big new signings on the WWE.
Oh, how cute! I just saw that Stephanie McCare has a little red heart on her butt.
NXT becoming the NXT Women's Champion.
Has she always had that red heart? Did I just notice that forms a red heart on her butt?
And then Vaquer
is that new or has that always been there?
Shocking upset.
Because clearly I wasn't looking enough because I just noticed it.
And you can listen, you watch that broadcast with Joseph and the guys, you could hear it in their voice.
Very hard earned by JCJ, who I think is going to be a fantastic champ on NXT, just like these two were.
Nice start here. Of course, getting started with Stephanie and Julia.
Very well.
It's always going to be a good start there.
The ring to get this 6-woman tag team match.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, boy.
Here we go.
And
Booker's not there. Oh, we can get it away. You can hear the whole crowd do everybody together at the exact same time. Said, "Aw."
Booker apparently going for that devil's kiss.
You can hear the disappointment in unison.
Julia knows it too well and wanted no part of it.
Thank you so much, Infamous Raider Loco. It says, hell yeah, Denise. LFG for your Facebook, well deserved. Thank you. Infamous Raider Loco was one of the first people to come support, so thank you so much. And I see you on there all the time. All the time. Thank you so much, man.
Ever since throwing Jade
there's my pick for Money in the Bank, Naomi. In the Slim Jim colors today.
So wait a second, Joe Tess.
Could it be?
Nope.
She's giving major Slim Jim vibes right now. So if I were Slim Jim, I would be like, "Ayo, WWE." Oh, there it is. What? Okay, this cameraman really moved from that shot. Dear cameraman, do not move the camera when Stephanie is handling business. Yo, if I was the camera, if I was in charge of the camera people, I would have been like, "Don't do that! Don't move the camera! Are you crazy?"
Such focus.
And be going off in the weekly meeting about it.
What a huge weekend it is for her.
And I'd argue Stephanie Vega is doing too much in this match. She's already dominated the early goings.
Oh yeah, so if I was Slim Jim, I would be calling right now and be like, "Yo, let's get Naomi in these commercials."
Worlds collide tomorrow in attack.
Hey, Desi Baby, she says, "I rarely watch SmackDown, but every time I come to YouTube and see Denise's live, I'm like, oh my God, that show is still on."
In the bank ladder match, that is too much competition. 3 matches in 24 hours.
I am not about to be here for 3 hours on Friday night. I do not blame you. Go live your life. Go have a nice Friday night. Do your thing, man. Right now the women are killing it though, so in case you wanted to tune in, now would be the time. Thank you, Desi Baby. So funny.
Hooks the leg.
I mean, 3 hours is a long time. Plus, then the post show is definitely a long time. Desi Baby's like, it's so long. It 100% is. Famous Damon says Stephanie has 3 matches in 24 hours. Hey, yo, you're right. This match, Worlds Collide, and Money in the Bank.
Of Roxanne Perez and wanted no more to do with it until.
And then if she, oh yeah, I forgot. I was about to skip Sunday. And then I was like, and then Monday Night Raw. But I forgot.
Reach for the heavens and get that Money in the Bank contract in the briefcase.
6 massively different personalities, all with 2 things in common. A, they are all
what are the fans
class,
saying? We want.
And B,
they say money.
They all have massive, massive goals, which includes winning the Money in the Bank ladder match.
You mentioned the different personalities, but I don't know that
there's Alexa.
Like what we've seen of Naomi lately, and here comes Alexa Bliss.
Naomi is completely demented at the moment, but has proved highly dangerous. But neutralizing that danger immediately is the astoundingly good Alexa Bliss.
Kaimea says they've been making her work. Hey, yo, good for her, man.
She's looking to reclaim.
The more you work, the more you do, the more that they're like, all right, like we can rely on her, you know?
To action
so it just makes her look even better in the eyes of everyone else. What's up, Robert Brosnia? Thank you so much for tuning in. Cameron Carl, thank you so much.
Oh! Championship picture is part of it for Miss Bliss.
Off the apron, and then Perez turns her right into the steel steps. 6-woman tag team action.
I can't help it. I like all of them. What am I supposed to do? It's so funny because, like, throughout this whole match, what is Julia doing? Did you guys see that from Julia? She just like randomly got up and she started doing this.
Momentum. Roxanne
and then she laid back down. What did I miss? Why did she do that?
Perez, incredibly calculating, incredibly manipulative, knows exactly when to pounce.
We got Corey MacArthur who says congratulations, 15 days ahead on followers. Phenomenal. Like I say, DWO has your back. Thank you, Corey. Let's go, 15 days ahead. I think I wrote down these stats somewhere. I wrote them down so I wouldn't lose them, but yeah, so it took me, let me see, last time it took me.
She loved the big stage this year. And Julia with that grin.
Wait, I'm a little bit more than a month ahead.
She just slams home that right hand against Bliss.
Huh. I wrote July 2023 1.2, August 2023 1.8. Wait, never mind. It took me way longer last time to hit 5K. What an idiot. Okay, never mind. I'm way more ahead than I thought. September 2024, I was at 50K. January 2025, I was at 65K. February 2025, 72K. March 2025, 74K. April 2025, 96K. April 14, 2025, 100K. And then May 12, hacked. Isn't That's so sad. That's so sad. Oh my gosh. Like 2025 was my best year so far, and then it was like hacked. So funny and sad. All right, I'm laughing at my pain. It's okay. Thank you, Corey McCarthy. Where did I get 5K from? I don't know.
Bliss is now fading quickly.
Don the Visionary says they cheering on the floor. You saw that, right? Like I wasn't the only one who saw that.
And mysterious superstar.
Chris Robinson says, has anyone seen that sign that says put Paul Heyman in Fortnite? Yes, I saw that earlier. I did, I saw that earlier. Shout out to Tabasco. Sokola who's here. Thank you so much for tuning in. We got Future King in the building. What else do we got in here? We got 8 of us together who says, I seen Stephanie Becerra in NXT Live. They came to Jacksonville, Florida a couple of weeks ago, and I seen them. I was in the second row, has tons of pictures. Oh, nice. Glad that you got to go to NXT, as well as also see Stephanie on the show, too. Very cool. I've been to, like, in person. I think I've done, like, 2 NXT shows, and I did like the little, like, PC and stuff. It's very cool.
Roxanne and Naomi are going to take
one time, actually. One time. Sorry, I don't know why in my brain it was 2, but it was once at the PC.
Roxanne Perez hooks the leg. Naomi, Roxanne Perez, and Julia are getting the best of Alexa Bliss right now in the midst of this 6-woman tag team match the night before Money in the Bank, when all 6 of these women will be down the road in LA competing for the briefcase. And for Bliss, it'll be her 4th Money in the Bank ladder match of her career, having previously been a winner.
I'll tell you right now, her hopes of winning tomorrow night are fading by the second.
So many we want mommy chants.
Abuse. Alexa Bliss is being forced to absorb, but there we go.
Just getting out of the way.
Hold into the buckle. Naomi eats it, and can Bliss get a tag? How smart was that by Naomi?
Naomi eliminating one of the options. She is desperate to reach that outstretched arm of Rhea Ripley, and perhaps with the DDT, there's an opportunity to do just that.
All right, finally, Mommy about to get that tag in. Let's go.
There she is.
Someone has a chat that says Mommy's boy. I mean, a sign that says Mommy's boy. Ooh.
Roxanne and Julia are finding out. Fall away slam. She tossed her halfway across
Roxanne ate that.
In WWE history, living up to her reputation. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
I also like seeing Roxanne and Rhea work together.
Rhea Ripley, give Roxanne that look.
We saw them wrestle not too long ago on Raw.
Technique simply doesn't work against someone as powerful as Mammy.
Razor's edge.
Oh no! Is she gonna pin Roxanne? No, there's Naomi.
Looking to close it out, and Naomi breaks it up.
I mean, you're looking for the winner. You want to be the one who scores the pin for your team. Build that momentum, put the fear into tomorrow night's opponents. Way up.
Alexa Bliss. Sister Abigail DDT on Julia.
So far, I'm really liking all of these girls in the ring together. It's been smooth. Now, once the ladder is there, that's going to be even more fun. Ooh, nice! DDT, that was cool.
Countered by Roxanne Perez.
I liked how she countered into the DDT. That was cool.
That it seemed like it was going to be game over.
Pavel says insanity, LMAO. Yeah, it's fun. It's been
even the great
carousel of moves, you know? I like stuff like that.
Rhea tries to gather herself.
Not a fudging headlock.
Down as this
if you guys were here for the Alistair Black LA Knight match,
I
have no comments. If you were here, you know, you know. If you know, you know, you know, you know.
Wait until
you know.
Money in the Bank in the ladder match.
All right, she's about to maybe tag Naomi in. I don't know. Alexa's getting in there.
Only one conclusion impossible.
Wait, Naomi girl, what?
Wouldn't accept
She's
the
in
tag.
your team.
Roxanne Perez is in trouble.
Naomi
And
really
Naomi
just
said
left
that's your
Roxanne
problem.
high and dry.
And
With
now
all the
Bliss.
3 other girls.
And McCare.
Oh, we are so
Rhea
gay, Naomi
left to the
and
ropes.
Roxanne. I
Riptide.
think.
Naomi left her alone.
Oh, wow. Naomi's such a savage. She did Roxanne so dirty.
Alexa
Babyfaces win.
and Rhea Ripley.
These are my hot topic girls right here. Rhea, Stephanie, and Alexa. My hot topic girls. Okay? Like literally all of them would go shopping at Hot Topic and come out with several bags.
Tomorrow night, take all the abuse, get her softened up. Mammy
Oh,
gets
Green
the
David
victory.
says that was foul from
There is
Naomi.
no
All
honor
reason for her to
among
win
Money in
tomorrow.
the Bank
I mean, she's my pick,
participants.
guys. She's my
Not
pick.
tonight, and certainly not tomorrow night.
Go Team Hot Topic!
7 Eastern.
Team Hot
Four
Topic
Pacific
got the
from
win,
Intuit
guys.
Dome, just down the road in LA, and what a show they put on here tonight on SmackDown. Tomorrow's gonna be special as they look up and see the briefcase. That
Someone
is
has
what
a
they are
forever a
going
John
after.
Cena kid.
Teammates
Let it
don't
go,
down
bud.
these 3 now,
He broke up
eyeing
with
each
you.
other warily.
Oh,
The
I
game has
just
changed.
realized that there's a couple of fans who have
Still to
the
come tonight.
signs.
Tony
The
Rhodes,
Booker T,
Jey Uso,
ah,
or as the
the, like, a little
undisputed champ
flame.
called them last week,
I hadn't
John
seen it
Cena
till right now,
wannabes.
actually.
The American Nightmare, the world heavyweight champ.
The guy
face to
Christopher
face with
Snow
Cena
says
Logan,
this
the
team,
final words
hot emoji.
before they meet up at
Suzuki
Money in
says
the Bank.
LOL hot
That is
topic.
coming up.
Pablo says fire match. Down Division Series now it's giving Roxanne or Naomi taking it tomorrow. I mean, Roxanne might try to screw Naomi out of her victory. She might screw her out of her victory now.
You really trust Jacob after what he did tonight?
Because it would be revenge.
It's
Oh
okay.
shit.
Don't worry about him. As long as he follows my lead, everything will be okay. Will he follow you though? JC, my man, you worry too much. Listen, I brought Jacob here, okay? He loves me.
He loves me.
And by the way, one thing about Jacob, he's not all the way that smart in the head. All right?
Damn, he's calling him
All
stupid?
this man does is just think about himself.
Rude.
He is literally all gas and no brains.
Ah. I hope
Okay.
Jacob Fatu's like
I got it
creeps
under
up
control.
behind him or was secretly
Let's go
hearing the
handle
whole
business
time.
today. All right?
All right, come on, Fatu. Tell me, yeah, there he is. There he is. He heard that shit. He heard that shit. Get his ass, Fatu. All gas, no brains. That was pretty funny, though. Not even gonna laugh. I mean, not even gonna lie. That was pretty funny. Alrighty, guys, give me 1 second. I'm just gonna start a new recording. But if you're just coming in, we're hanging out, we're watching Raw. SmackDown. Whoops, wrong show. We still got an hour left on today's show. Actually, it's been, I don't know if the show's flying by, or maybe I'm just used to sitting here for 3 hours now every Friday. I'm not really sure, but it feels like it doesn't feel like it's taken so long, though, honestly. It really, really doesn't. Oh, Suzuki, I did see your super chat. The one earlier you were talking about the Backlash match. Yeah, I read it earlier. I don't know if you missed it, Suzuki, but I did see your super chat and spoke about it earlier. So I'm not sure if you missed it, but you can probably just rewind and you'll get to that. Let me know unless you sent something else and I didn't see it, but that's the only one I see on here. Want to make sure you saw that. We got Bear Hudson here who says, Denise, you're a compassionate and generous individual and possess a sharp intellect and unwavering confidence facing challenges with courage. Bear Hudson, thank you so much for this. Such a nice super chat, dude. You really made me feel very special just now. So thank you so much for seriously the nice words and the compliment. Dude, seriously, talk about like, I'm going to walk with my head held high now. Thank you so much, Bear. Really, really nice of you. And I hope you're having a nice Friday as well. A good start to your weekend. Thank you, Bear. All right. Let me see. Where am I at now? Oh, wait, Suzuki, who was it? Was it not you? Who else was? I saw someone say something about a super chat. Did I miss it from somebody else? Hold on. Let me go through the comments. Suzuki's like, I didn't say anything. What? Am I seeing things? I swear to God, I thought I saw that. I'm so sorry, Suzuki. Oh. That's so weird. What was I seeing? Oh my gosh. All right, forget it. I'm seeing things, guys. I'm going crazy. These are the side effects of sitting down and watching SmackDown for 3 hours. For 3 hours. At hour 3, I start to see things, all right? I start to see three. I can't speak. Oh my gosh, I'm done. Said, guys, 3 hours of SmackDown. I'm losing it. Sprint Hawking says, Denise, sorry, but Solo effed up with talking about your online husband. Oh, he did. He's done. He's screwed. He's crazy. Suzuki says, Delulu. Delulu Salcedo at the 3-hour mark. That bookmark it. Delulu Salcedo. So funny. All right. We got 8 of us together who says the show has gotten better with time. Just add a couple of matches and it would be better. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think that, look, I'm never going to get on board with this show being 3 hours. I really am not. But I will say I feel like the second hour did fly by. Like really, really, truly did. Like I didn't look at the clock once. So that's a good sign. All right, we're back on the show.
Without Dignity Health.
Signs of the night.
Sign of the night, Wade.
Che Gross says DD Lulu Salcedo.
With John Cena, I love Solo. I don't know if Jacob Fatu
I do like that word,
Delulu. All gas, no brains, rather you than me. Yeet, Jay Uso.
Oh, I love that person was so ready. He had 2 signs in one. All right, we got a Wyatt Sicks promo.
Grief is not linear. It is not healed by time. It is a festering wound that is continually being ripped open by an echo of a presence that is no more. You don't forget. You can only accept that which cannot be changed. I've watched the tag team division. The loyalty, the trust, the brotherhood. But is that bond unbreakable? From our loss, we have become a family. A ship unshaken by the storm. And yet again, they wanted to forget about us. Forget about us. Like we were never even here. Ignoring the sacrifice. Dying to the flesh to become one. We return. Not for nostalgia. Not for closure. But to rip open the wound of apathy and take what we are owed. Your brotherhood will be tested. The time for repentance has passed. Accept your condemnation. Your brotherhood will be tested. Accept your condemnation. We will not be forgotten.
All right, hopefully they're not forgotten this time like they were last time, because last time we heard them say let's not be forgotten, and then they were forgotten. So hopefully they don't do that this time. But at least the whole entire tag team division looks absolutely frightened.
For us to take the fall. So come clean. Who provoked the Wyatt?
Angelo?
Johnny?
Look, guys, look, I know we're all afraid, okay? Fraxium, you're not fine. Motor City, we need those guns. Yeah. And DIY, you cannot do this yourselves. Guys, let's forget about these WWE Tag Team Championships just 1 second.
Think about it.
We have a bigger problem on our hands, and that's the Wyatt Sicks.
Look, fam, we ain't get to where we at by being scared. If the Wyatts want the smoke, they can get it. Y'all must have forgot. We the real boogeymans around here.
Ooga booga.
Yeah, nice. That would have been funny if all of a sudden the boogeyman actually randomly appeared.
We know the Wyatts mean
business, but look, they cost us our shot at the tag team titles a couple of weeks ago, and mate, if I see Uncle Howdy one more time...
Nathan, Although, now that I think about it, you're right. And we are undefeated on SmackDown. So I think we should teach the Wyatts a lesson. See,
That's a great idea. That's great. Go get him, boys.
Oh, I love how they were like all encouraging of them going after the Wyatts.
You know, we can't stand the three of you, and you're gonna get what's coming to you. But for right now, we're gonna put that on the back burner because we want to get our hands on the Wyatts too.
Yeah, let's not forget who the veterans are around here. It's us. We set the standard, so if anyone's gonna bring the fight to the Wyatts, it's gonna be us.
I mean, the friends.
Another great idea. Go get him.
Yeah.
Nick, we think any of those three teams would be awesome.
Sure you do. Thank you all.
Infamous DJ wants us fraction about to die. I don't know, bro. They can't die if they move so quick. They move so quickly. They can't die if they can't get caught.
The SmackDown Tag Division agree on something. They are all in a fight.
Famous says, I keep forgetting about the extra hour of SmackDown crying face.
Not just Money in the Bank.
We got KJ here who says Wyatt Sicks new champs incoming. I think they should. I really think they should. I think they'll go through the entire division, which shouldn't take that long, and then eventually get to the Street Profits. But yeah, I think they should, only because they need something, guys. Like, they really need something, and this is probably it. I think in order for them to like really take off, they need to have, like, they need to feel legit on the show, like have a purpose, have a reason. So we'll see what ends up happening there.
Ago, she will be teaming up alongside NXT's Lola Vice to take on Triple A's Chick Tormenta and Dalise.
All right, who here is going to be watching Worlds Collide tomorrow? Are you guys watching both Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank, or just Money in the Bank, or hell, just Worlds Collide? What is the schedule?
Mr.
Tracy WB says, I'm in the minority. I like the 3 hours. Hell yeah, Tracy. I'm glad you do. Let me see. Brent Hockey will be watching Worlds Collide. M. Duret's watching both. Us and Wright's watching both. We got, let me see. Suzuki says he's watching Worlds Collide. AJ's watching both. Corey's watching both. Fred says just Money in the Bank. Tabasco will be watching both. Latif will be watching both, celebrating his birthday. Big G's watching both. Tracy's watching both. Eric Diaz is watching both. Blue Chew says I would watch them both, but I can't feel my legs now. Oh no, Blue Chew, what's going on? Tiger Claw Gaming says I'll be watching when Worlds Collide. I don't know about my Money in the Bank. Nancy Baby says just Money in the Bank. Brandon will try Worlds Collide. 042 says both. RT will try to watch both.
It will be Money in the
Chris
Bank,
Chaos
and
says
it
hopefully
features the
both.
women's
I feel like mostly everybody's going to be watching everything. Chris, Ebony, Double S, Steve OJ, Louise, Dr. J.
The man says when she wins, she demands
Spike Hunter, Raphael, Super Pro, Espinosa's going to do all day wrestling. Daniel Hernandez will be watching both. Tanisha Hicks, Dan, Tyran Hunt, Christopher Snow, Blue Chew says too much wrestling. Hey, it's up to you. Everyone should know how much they can handle. Scott Collins says Bo. Let's see. F. Durant says WWE blew open the forbidden door and added a patio. Six Maxwell says Bo. Daniel says mostly Money in the Bank. Steve Botar says I'm watching Worlds Collide because it's free.
So tomorrow,
oh my gosh, Chris Chaos says, and there's GCW this weekend. They have such a different fan base, though. They always run during pay-per-views. It's happened before, but they have such a different fan base, though. Paul Green says, just Money in the Bank. I'm coming from concert performing to on this World's End. Oh, Worlds Collide. Yeah. Let's see. 042 says, will be my first time watching anything 3Play related. Interesting. It probably won't be anything like the real 3Play. I'm like, don't expect the real 3Play, by the way. You're going to get a WWE show. You're not going to get a 3Play show. Anybody here who's watched 3Play knows exactly what I'm talking about. Let's see. All right. We also got Dean Bridgman who says, any cool upcoming Patreon content, Ms. Denise? Of course, all of my content that's promised every month is going up on the channel. The last thing that I posted was a couple days ago was the podcast that I posted with, oh my gosh, why am I blanking? It was the one I did with Brandon. And then I did another podcast right afterwards. Which one was it? I'm blanking. I know I did another podcast with somebody. Oh, which one was it? Oh, no, it was the one I did. Yes, it was the one I did about this, actually, 4 days ago. Yes, it was the 3 Playoff fan reactions video. And then it was previous to that was the Brandon Thurston video. And then previous to that, I put some other bonus stuff that you guys should check out. But the most recent thing includes the 3 Playoff fan reactions video. So yes, every few days I upload new podcasts, watch-alongs, diaries, you name it. Bam, it goes up. Thank you so much, Dan Bridgman, for also helping me, by the way, because you reminded me I should even promote the Patreon, or else Tinadu's gonna yell at me. Anyways, if any of you guys do want to join the Patreon, it is just Denise Salcedo. Just go to patreon.com/Denise Salcedo or just search Denise Salcedo and you'll be able to find it on there. I'm trying to see if there's like a page, but everything shows my personal details. So I need to find just a portion with just my page. Okay, I'll just have to post it afterwards. But anyways, yeah, so you can just search up my name on there and you'll be able to find that. Thank you so much, Dan. Thank you. All right, let me see, where am I at here with what everyone is saying? Thank you, Dan. He said it's been an really interesting content. I'm so glad you think so, because I always want to make sure that I put stuff that's like worth it, you know? So I'm glad that you're enjoying it so far. Hey, we got Six Maxwell in here so far. What's up, Six Maxwell? Says, love that entrance. By the way, does anybody have any weekend plans besides wrestling? Anybody doing anything else besides wrestling? If you do, let me know here. I want to see what everyone else is up to. We got Chris Robinson, who says, I have come around and now I want Chad Gable to lose at Worlds Collide and win Money in the Bank. Chris, what? I mean, look, it's WWE. They would totally book that. They would 100% book that. I want to see Vikingo defeat Chad Gable, by the way. So I hope that does happen. I don't want to see Chad Gable defeat Vikingo. Let me see what else we got here. Thank you so much. Yatik says, I'm going to get back to Canada next month and join for the extra content. Hell yeah, Yatik. You do that. Thank you so much. Espinosa 1999 says he's going to be watching the NBA Finals. Jonathan says work and family party. Nice. Good family. Nice work-life balance. Ebony Prince says, oh, wait, Robbie. Let me go through some more comments, see what everyone else is doing. Hey, Corey says birthday brunch on tomorrow. Corey, yes, birthday brunch, hell yeah. Brunches are the best, by the way. Brunches are the best. I hope you get yourself some good, like, eggs, toast, coffee. Ooh, yes. Love it. Damn it. Now I want to go to breakfast brunch, too. Dang it. I mean, to brunch. I don't know why I just added breakfast. Breakfast brunch is just brunch. Okay. Bert Hawkins says, I'm starting my new job on Sunday working on the railway in the UK. Oh, nice. Hell yeah, man. And you're starting Sunday? Dude, be safe out there, man. Be safe out there. Suzuki says NBA Finals and the club. Dilda Pickle says, I'm watching Worlds Collide solely because there's a guy named Mr. Iguana. Oh, yeah, you'll like Mr. Iguana. Let's see what else we got here. We got Courtney Farr, who says, I have a wedding reception to attend tomorrow afternoon. Oh, I love weddings, Courtney. I hope you have the best time. I love weddings. Too bad I don't know enough people that are getting married, but I go to a wedding like maybe very, very, I don't go to weddings that often. I need to meet more people so that I can get invited. Remedy here says we rented a theater room to see Lilo and Stitch for my niece's birthday. Oh, that's cute. I didn't even know you could rent a theater room. That is so cute. Oh, that's a really good birthday idea, by the way. I might have to steal that. Steve OJ says he's moving into a new apartment. Steve, wishing you the best of luck. I know that moving into a new apartment can kind of be very hectic and stressful. So hopefully that runs very smoothly for you. Brandon Roseanne is going to be dealing with report cards.
About what's coming your way.
Hope you're feeling generous on this report card.
Saturday night's main event and Evolution.
We got Andrew Good here says watching Cake Boss on Tubi.
The official hospitality partner of WWE. You get unrivaled
Infamous Radio Local says never knew there was anything besides wrestling. Oh wait, football season. Football season tends to thrive all the time.
/WWE.
All right, we got Tracy. They're getting ready for the tag team match. We got Tracy WV88 says, so if a woman from SmackDown in the Money in the Bank, then a man wins from Raw and vice versa. So pick one from each brand. Stack Money in the Bank matches, Sunday shows. Let me see. First of all, I'm glad you're gonna get your chores done. I was doing laundry today. Okay.
Well, it's going to be the third time in his career.
So let's say someone from SmackDown won on the men's. I would say it would be LA Knight. And then someone from Raw on the women's, then I would say Roxanne. Now, if someone from SmackDown, like Naomi, won, then I had to go with a Raw person from men's, then that would be Seth. I hope you followed that. I was like seriously thinking about it.
Oh, how great is it to have Triple A's El Hijo del Vikingo here. Tomorrow, the massive showdown with Chad Gable.
He's made a couple of appearances
and a very
now.
Interested observer.
Even got his hands dirty last week.
Great
Thank you, Tracy.
for Vikingo.
Raymond Williams says, hey, Denise, I can't wait for Monday Night Raw, June 9th. Oh, I hope you have a good time at the show. Really, really hope you have a good time. Also, thank you so much, Tracy, for the really great question, as well as this generous super chat, too.
When American-made are here to do business.
We also have Steven Marchulli here who says, I think Punk will cost Seth Money in the Bank, but who wins then? If he does, then I would say LA Knight, Steven. That's just my, I'm telling you, those are my top two options, Seth and LA Knight. But with the pool of talents out there, it could literally be anybody.
We recently saw Brutus and Julius trying to secure the World Tag Team Championships. That was on Monday Night Raw. New Day were crafted.
All right, here we go. Okay, this is the match I was looking forward to the second they announced it, which was Penta and Andrade versus American Made.
You call it wasting no time.
Thank you, Steven.
Right to business. Well, remember how heated things got backstage a little earlier tonight.
The match is not started.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even realize the match hadn't even started.
Are you going to defend this?
Crowd seems to love it here, Wade.
A bunch of sickos, that's why.
All right, now it's started.
There's the bell as Andrade looks to get the best of Brutus early on.
But presumably it's Brutus that is legal, not surprisingly, an enraged Julius Creed looking for a little payback. And things now looking bleak right from the off for the Creed brothers.
Andrade. Oh, and the running double knees.
I mean, the Creeds haven't had a chance. They've been beaten from pillar to post. They got jumped. And unsurprisingly, Chad Gable on the outside is absolutely irate.
As he tags Penta. And Penta delivers right to the sternum. And how about one for Brutus?
Penta and his cunty walk. Ah, we didn't get it. We didn't get the full walk. We got screwed out of the walk.
It's all well and good right now.
Hey, Sheldon, he says the Inspiration, formerly known as the Iconics, officially came back to TNA tonight during Against All Odds kickoff show. Hey, I thought they were going to take time off, so they're back to wrestling? Happy to see them come back. Shout out to the Iconics. I won't be surprised if they end up doing something through the TNA WWE partnership. That may be their way back in. Interesting stuff there. Yeah, they're fun. They're definitely fun. Thank you, Sheldon, for letting us know. Yeah, Against All Odds is also on today. They're doing Robert Stone and Santino Marella. I know that because I had Robert Stone here on the channel the other day, so that interview's up for those of you who would like to check that out.
Oh! Did you just see the stepping stone?
I like that.
launching
Julius
big
like
knee
launched
from
off
Julius.
his brother's back to get Andrade with a knee while Andrade was on the top
That was
rope.
sensational.
That was pretty cool.
Julius
See, we need to see more stuff like that.
His brother was down.
Thank you, Sheldon.
And he just launched off of his back to turn.
We got Corey who says, wow, that's good news. Tiger Claw says, loves the Iconics.
Got this crew trained.
Espinosa 1989 says, Iconics are back. Yes.
The Creeds finding a way. Gable's loving it.
Oh, I didn't even know they were in Arizona tonight, Sheldon. I feel like they're always in the East Coast. So, like, my brain is always like, oh, they're probably in the East Coast.
Andrade trying to crawl his way to some safety, but instead he made his way right into American Made's corner. A sensational turn.
Don the Visionary says that was clean right there. That was fun. That was very fun. Famous says Andrade caught a mean knee to the skull. He did. He did.
That tough training, that pressure, it converts into.
Oh, we're on a commercial break. Just realized. I didn't even realize we were in a commercial break. I was vibing through the match. I was like, all right, okay.
Is Andrade, who suddenly looks half the man that walked out here earlier tonight. And there's one for you two. One for good measure to the kisser of Penta.
We got infamous DJ one because I always thought Lay Cool was great.
Andrade chopped after chop, trying to free himself from face from behind.
They weren't my go-to team or anything like that.
There, doing the one thing that he knew would take down Andrade, the ankle pick. Neck first onto the middle rope goes Andrade.
Andrade.
Shot by shot of these creep.
Andrade.
Standing.
The way he says it. Andrade.
Sounds
like a mouthful.
All-American wrestling career at Duke.
Beautiful clothesline.
He hooks the leg, looking to put this away.
As DJ one says, different strokes for different folks. That's a fact.
How quickly have the Creeds shrugged off that
That's
beatdown they
a
received in the opening minutes of this one?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I found so fascinating with that one single moment when Andrade was up on the top rope. He fought off Brutus, and just when he fought him off, Brutus was down on all fours. And here comes Julius at full speed, using him to launch into the air with the knee.
They just complement each other so well, the Creed brothers.
We got Cena, John Cena, Logan Paul, Cody Rhodes, and Jay Uso final face-up coming up soon. I forgot that was happening on this show today. KLF, you reminded me that was happening on the show today. I remember last week, that was like the big thing, like we were waiting for throughout the show. And it happened at the very, very tail end. And then this week, I'm just like, oh yeah, that's happening again. Sure, I read it, I was talking about that at the top of today's show, and then I totally forgot. I feel like maybe they haven't really like, or maybe I didn't see when they promoted it like more often throughout the show, but yeah.
The fact that he is competing against one of these machines.
Paul Green says Wade has a very distinct voice. Yeah, that's what makes him also really good at commentary. He's a good commentary person. I like Wade in commentary.
Andrade, who has proven pedigree at the top of the card.
I like him because he's serious. Like when he's he's serious for the most part, but he knows when he can pull out like the he knows when to pull out the comedy and not have it be like overbearing. I think that is what I like about Wade. That he probably has the perfect balance between like comedy and just like straightforward commentary, like adding color to the matches and whatnot.
The other side of where he doesn't want to be is the Creeds have been getting the best.
Ebony Prince, good night. Get some rest. Thank you so much for tuning in. Jay Grouse says, isn't your favorite commentator Booker T? What? I don't think I ever said that.
Comes Penta.
I don't think in all my hours of streaming that I've ever echoed those words.
Penta revving the engine big time here.
He just doesn't irk me the way that he probably does for other people.
Series of moves.
But as for my favorite commentator, I don't even know who my favorite commentator is, Jay Grouse. You know, I actually like Big Joseph on NXT. I think Big Joseph, and Big Joseph's probably my current favorite WWE commentator. I like him a whole lot on the show. I think he does good at his job.
Oh, you can see Penta looking over.
Jared Palmer says
Now
30
he's
minutes
got
to
a
go and then
deal
I can go to bed.
with
Currently
Gable's
3:30
trying to
a.m.
rip
in the
his mask
UK.
off. Gable's
Dude,
trying
I
to
would have
rip
been
his
asleep
mask
a long
off.
time ago.
Kingo, who isn't
Oh, the
supposed to
Kingo
be
got
in the
involved
match,
again.
now
2
attacking
weeks in a
Gable
row.
once again.
Or was
But
it last week
Kingo
that he did it too?
Won't have
We just
any
saw
of
him
that.
recently, not too long ago.
Defending
Get
the
caught up
Lucha
in there.
honor. They're gonna meet up
Kick his
tomorrow
ass,
at
Vikingo!
Worlds
Kick his
for
ass!
Triple H's Knockouts
Aw,
Championship.
I wanted to continue
Meanwhile,
following
back in
them
the ring,
along.
the roll-up and the kick out.
Gable and Vikingo have cleared out of here. Security dealing with that now. The match continuing.
Oh, back elbow on Julius, on Brutus, as Julius struggles to his feet.
Ooh,
He
nice
receives
back
a
elbow from
as
2
well.
from Andrade.
Mexican Destroyer. Penta.
All right, they're winning this.
And the win.
All right, that was all right. That was fine. That was a fine matchup. I'm happy that we got to see Vikingo and Chad Gable throw down for a little second there. I love how he's carrying Penta on his shoulders.
That was awesome by
I don't know why, but I like the
Tomorrow will be
idea of
2
him
of the
carrying him
6
on his shoulders.
in Money
I want
in
to
the
see
Bank.
more teams do that now.
Friendship gets put
Like,
aside
I love you
because the
so
prize
much for winning
is
this match
so
with me.
old.
I'm gonna throw your ass up on my shoulders.
Remember
Oh,
how the evening started with Seth
What do you
Rollins
want now,
and
Seth?
Braun
You've
Breaker
been all
and
over this
Bronson
show.
Reed
What
and
more do
Paul
you
Heyman
want?
and Seth declaring, I will have total control over this entire industry with what happens tomorrow.
While LA Knight got a severe beatdown earlier tonight. He, of course, is in the Money in the Bank matchup with Seth Rollins tomorrow, as are these two. And things suddenly go from celebration to extreme concern for Andrade and Penta. The Wolves are circling, and there may be nowhere to hide.
2 of Seth Rollins' chief rivals for the Money in the Bank briefcase tomorrow are surrounded, and here they go. Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins trying to get
The official wrestler of the DWO, Bronson Reed's out there.
The mission is clear. It's a combination of intimidation plus softening up the field for Seth freaking Rollins, and Paul Heyman has had a major masterstroke putting this game.
Everybody's been waiting for CM Punk to see if he's going to make an appearance today. I don't know.
Well, one thing's for sure.
Yes, Ixtahusta, Phoenix and Xavier, brother. He's like, nah, I'm not involved in that right now.
And a stomp attempt. And one for Penta. This is how he wants to go about his business now.
It's about stacking the deck. It's about guaranteeing victory. That is how valuable the Money in the Bank briefcase is tomorrow. And Seth freaking Rollins is taking no rest. Look what's happening, Joe.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oh, no, not a tsunami on Penta. Oh, no. Era miedo until the tsunami came down. Now it's all miedo.
As officials are coming ringside to try to clean things up, but the damage has been done to Penta.
No more
and
cero miedo. How sad. All right, we're on a commercial break, everyone. That was fun. I did like what they did there. It was all right. It was all right. It was all right. Van76 says women's tag team was great. I think that was probably one of the highlights of the night so far was the women's tag team. I thought that match was very, very enjoyable. And it got me excited for Money in the Bank, which is what I feel it should do. Like seeing all of those girls together in the ring, it made me go, damn, I can't wait any longer to see this matchup between them. So I did really like seeing them just like all in there, do their thing. All right, 1 second. Okay, thank you, Van76. We got Bryn Hawking who says, I'm starting to think Seth is not winning tomorrow. I mean, he's been kind of out there doing whatever he wants. What if someone puts a stop to that and they're like, nah, bro, like you're not going to do this. Who knows? Let's see what else we got here. What's up to Hustle Hard Podcast? Thank you so much for tuning in. He says, Seth and Co shining tonight. No way he's winning Money in the Bank. A couple more people throwing that out there. We got James Irving who says Seth definitely isn't winning tomorrow. Tanisha Hicks says, I'm to assume that his faction is going to be ringside. Let's see. Tiger Claw Gaming says, I hope Penta did not have bad Spanish food before that tsunami. Hope he didn't have any food before that tsunami, bro. I'd be puking my guts out. Hey, what's up, Big Time Baxter? Thank you so much for tuning into the stream, yo. How are you? Let's see what we got here. Yatik Sahu says Penta sent Sphere for the first time. Infamous DJ1 says solid show so far. Dill the Pickle says this whole SmackDown has been low-key great. Hasn't been bad. Can't complain. I only had one complaint during this show. And it was when freaking Alistair Black had a boring ass headlock in LA Knight. I think that was the only part of the show where I was like, all right, let's keep it moving. Let's do something else. But then we have Juju here who says this SmackDown is rough to sit through. See what I'm saying, guys? It is what it is. For like, some people like some stuff, some people don't. And just everyone's cup of tea is totally different. I just think it's hard to sit through such a long show. I think if we would have gotten the best of this show in 2 hours, everybody here would be like, SmackDown is the greatest show ever. But because we're not, then it's hard. All right, let's see what else we got here. We got Lose Review who says Seth ain't shit without his posse. I like Seth. Let's see. And Tiger Claw says Denise is all gas, no headlocks. Yo, I was dying. Taylor says, nice Paris long sleeve shirt, Denise. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm a really big fan of just like big giant sweaters. That was actually what I asked for my birthday last month. I told my family, was like, Denise, what do we get you for your birthday? I was like, big giant sweaters. And everyone's like, what? You want big giant sweaters? Yes, big giant sweaters, because it gets cold in here. And
incredible circumstances that
I only have like a couple of sweaters, so like even if I'm changing my shirt underneath, people are gonna think I wear the same thing. All right, let's see what Paul has to say.
Bitches. We fear not the future because, ladies and gentlemen, like it or not, we are the future. See, I don't understand why you would boo that. Seth freaking Rollins told you even before WrestleMania what this industry was becoming. Seth Rollins told you what would happen at WrestleMania, and it happened. Seth Rollins told you we would get Roman Reigns out of the way, and we did. Seth Rollins told you we would take CM Punk out of my misery, and we did. Don't you understand? Everything that Seth Rollins tells you becomes true. Don't you get that?
Oh no, so does that mean if he tells us he's winning Money in the Bank, it is true?
Of the future of this industry, that we are the vanguards of the destiny of WWE.
2 promos in one night. Someone's got to get in here, guys. Someone's got to come out.
There and boom, all you want. Tomorrow night, Seth freaking Rollins becomes once again Mr. Money in the Bank.
Yeet.
And then, when he does, at his leisure, at his discretion, when he damn well feels like it, it will be who, what, where, and when, because we all know the why. The why is to solidify the power that comes with the title. And Seth freaking Rollins will then propel this entire
All right, we got 20 minutes left on the show, guys. We still got John, Jay, Cody, Logan that are all supposed to be on this show. Once again, they're holding it to the very, very last tail end of the night.
Professional and personal life, when I get to stand here in this ring and say, ladies and gentlemen, the reigning,
Someone's gonna come out. Someone's gonna come out. Hey, yo! Okay, there's Cody. All right, I knew it. I'm like, there's no way he's finishing that freaking sentence. Come on.
QB1, Cody Rhodes.
All right, Seth, Cody confrontation. And there's Jay. All right, 7:43. Let's see how long this entrance lasts today. The little girl's getting a whole ass moment. Good for her. Aw, that's so cute.
The Yeet
Someone has an I quit my
Southern
job
California.
to yeet. That's hella funny. Yo, I would have lost my shit if that was that little girl. I wouldn't have even yeeted. I would have been on the screen like, yeah! Hi, Mom! I'm on TV! And like, she kept her cool and composure by yeeting. No thanks, that would have gone batshit crazy.
Is riding that yeet wave.
A sight, a feeling, an energy.
Hi, Moya says they're running out of colors for the Cena farewell t-shirts. They're gonna do one like a bunch of stripes and a bunch of just like all the colors. Short King the Goat says that little girl will always remember that. Yo, that's a fact. Lifetime fan right there. He just made a lifetime fan, I imagine. Very, very cool moment. Very, very cool. All right, let me go through some more of these comments here. We'll see what everyone is up to here today. Conception says no. So again, no promos, just entrances for the final segment. Nice. We got Rube Zeb who says I'm over the 10-minute yeet entrance. It's fun for the crowd, you know? It's a thing that you look forward to for the crowd. But for those at home, it is what it is. I mean, we're already sitting to a 3-hour show. We might as well press on. Right. My favorite thing now about the yeet entrance is timing the yeet entrance, which, by the way, I lost track. I wasn't paying. I think it's like at a minute now, or maybe even more, because, well, the commercial breaks is like 3 minutes and something, and it was already like a minute of the yeet entrance. I got distracted when he picked up the little girl and started doing the thing. I completely got distracted. Oh, I think I said 43, didn't I? Yeah, 7:43. So as long as the yeet entrance is still going on, it's been 2 minutes of yeeting so far. So I guess once we actually come back from commercial break, we'll know for sure. Dan Bridgman says, busted open tomorrow, Denise. Yes, I will be on with Mark tomorrow. So we will have a pretty stacked show, considering that we're going into a pretty busy day tomorrow. So tomorrow will be a big preview show for sure. Make sure to call in, Dan, if you can call in. Let's see what else we got here. Big Time Baxter says, Denise, the Inspirations Iconics made their TNA return tonight. Imagine an NXT cameo with them helping Mariah, even the odds against Fatal Influence. Oh, they would fit in perfectly with Mariah. With their personalities and the way they look, they would 100% fit in with Mariah, that's for sure. But I still want Mariah to be hanging out with Tatum Paxley, so I cannot pick anybody else until I see that happen. I'm still on board with that idea. Thank you so much, Big Time Baxter. We got James Patio who says outdoor dashing and watching your show, loving it. Hey, thanks, James. Hope you're enjoying your Friday. Hopefully it's a nice, relaxing one. Hopefully, I love Friday nights when I'm not working. When like regular Friday nights, if I'm not working, I usually watch movies on a Friday, order a pizza. Fridays to me is pizza movie night. But that pretty much got canceled. Like once I started working with Busted Open, because I wake up so early on Saturdays, like Friday nights is probably one of my most I'm rushing myself to go to sleep essentially. Like those days when you got to get up early the next day, so you rush yourself to go to sleep and you can't enjoy anything because in the back of your mind you're just thinking I got to wake up early tomorrow. That feeling? That's my Friday night feeling. That's the one where I'm like, shit. And there's times where I start getting into something and it's like midnight, yo. There's been times where I'm up at midnight on Friday and I'm like, girl, you got to go to sleep. Like, get your ass to sleep. Like, what are you doing? And I'll set like 40 different alarms because like I always get scared. Like, what if one alarm doesn't ring? What if I don't hear it? So I always get like super paranoid Fridays.
It's a sold-out
but yeah, thank you, James.
That's been yeeting and yeeting.
Jordan Taylor says, what's it like working with Mark Henry? Oh, dude, he's super nice. Like the way he comes across on the air, like what you would imagine him to be, that's what he is like in real life. He's pretty much the exact same person, and he made it really easy for me to fit in. All right, 7:48. The Yeet entrance is over, so it was about like 5 minutes. Lately, they've been doing a round 2, though. I don't think they'll do it right now, though.
So, Bakersfield.
Aaron Rodriguez says, are you reacting to Worlds Collide tomorrow or just doing a separate show? Neither. I will be at Money in the Bank, so just expect a review afterwards, but no watch along tomorrow. Thank you, Aaron.
Talk about Money in the Bank. Talk about the Into It.
T. Joser says the entrance was so long, Seth went home. You're right. Where is Seth?
Jey Uso.
Is he still out there? Or he just left?
Talk about our opponent.
That's kind of weird,
John
right?
Cena.
Isn't that a little weird? Like, here, pass the baton. You're up next. I thought they were gonna have a little something since they overlapped there.
And his tag team partner, Logan Paul. Okay.
Brian Sully says they pieced out. He was like the SpongeBob meme. I'm out.
He said to me, he said, I tried too hard. He called me desperate.
He called Jay lazy. Said you guys wanted to be just like him. Let's see if we actually get a back and forth this time. Or if it's just once again John Cena and Logan spewing their guts out without them getting anything to say.
He called me desperate, which I found rather bold coming from John Cena. I mean, we all saw you dance your way on Kai Cenat's live stream. How do you do, fellow kids? We saw you 1 second kicking a man in the nuts, the next second begging for forgiveness on X. Seeing you stand in the ring with Logan Paul in 2025 is like seeing Michael Hayes standing next to the Hardy Boys. Let's talk about desperate. And desperate.
I don't think very many people got that one, by the way. Didn't seem like the crowd really reacted.
So that you can have your record-setting title. Jay, tomorrow is not about the World Championship. It's not about the WWE Championship. It's a showdown. What do you call that, Jay? I call that a yeet down. One time for the one time. 4 letters, 1 word.
All right, this time I finally got the part. I always forget to do the part. I like how his Tron just says John Cena. All right, what color they got today for his shirt? Like a off, is it white or is it like a gray? Looks a little, I can't really tell. It looks a little, at first it looked a little gray, now it just looks white. I'm like, oh, it's white. Okay. Well, at least this time he came out with the theme. Before he was just coming out to nothing. All right, hopefully this is good. Come on, we got 7 minutes. Let's see what we get this time. I feel like it's going to be the exact same thing we got last week. Do not let it be the same thing we got last week. Oh my gosh.
Ladies and gentlemen,
6 minutes, bro. We gotta speed up this process.
the greatest of all time, the never seen 17, gracing Bakersfield with his presence.
Actually, I remember that one of the times I really got to boo John Cena was in Bakersfield. Now that I remember, this is unlocking some memories for me. But they were running a much smaller venue because it wasn't like a TV show. Oh, there's Logan. Attack Jay. Oh my God. Did he hit Jay with the brass knucks or just? Oh, okay, he did hit him with the brass knucks. Because I was about to say like.
Oh, and he's got him up for an attitude adjustment. Cena.
Oh yeah, they're making the baby. I hope the baby faces fight back a little bit, because if not, they're gonna look like chumps.
Cody Rhodes walked straight into a trap.
But at least this means they're most likely winning at Money in the Bank, though. Gotta make them look like chumps, though.
On the back end of that ring introduction, and now he's climbing up top.
Logan Paul a little overexcited.
Frog splash on Cody Rhodes.
Got some major height, major impact, and he's not done yet.
And Cena drags Uso into position.
Now kicking the garbage out of the ring. What a despicable duo.
Take a good look. No one is coming to save you. I've been telling you this.
My gosh, we're gonna get a visual of Logan Paul with the World Heavyweight Championship.
Your dream of what the WWE is will be ruined.
I thought he was about to say, "Will be dead. It's dying."
Is your future.
The WWE, you know.
I take this home. He takes that to the top.
Oh, man.
The last real champion. And the moment maker.
At no point has Cody nor Jay gotten a chance to say anything to Cody and Logan, really.
Future face of the WWE.
Like before this matchup.
Bakersfield, humble yourselves for the humblest. The future world heavyweight champion, Logan Paul.
Bro, if I would have been there, I would have started the boring chants. I
To the
would
ring
like,
with brass knuckles to
boring.
deliver that right hand.
You might not like it, but you cannot argue the effectiveness, and we're not done yet.
As Cena throws Cody into the ring. And Logan goes out to grab Jay. And an attitude adjustment on Rhodes. And the damage is being done. They're less than 24 hours away from meeting up at Money in the Bank.
We want
in a
truth
tag team
chants.
match.
Yes.
Oh, and he does it again.
Oh, he's grabbing the mic. He's grabbing the mic. Is he going to say something about it?
You can't handle the truth.
Oh, he's trying to change it into something else.
You want our truth.
We're not talking about your truth.
Truth is right here, staring you in the face.
No.
And there's not a damn thing you or anyone who fights for you can do about it.
We want truth. Our truth, that is.
Hypocrites chant for truth. You are all
wow.
pathetic liars.
He's out here flipping this coin. Oh, it's loud now. It's loud. What do you guys say now, Cena?
This is why you're losers.
This makes
Take a good look, because it's my last time here in Bakersfield.
He's having a totally different conversation than the crowd is. We're not on the same
And
wavelength.
remember these words. Winners write the history books. Ladies and gentlemen, your future champion and the last real champion.
Boo!
Logan Paul with Jay's World Heavyweight Championship.
Bro, and Cody
Cena
Rhodes and
and
Jay are
Paul
out there taking a
tomorrow
damn nap,
at Money in the
bro.
Bank, meeting up with the two
Yeah, about to
guys
hit
who are laid
REM
out right now.
sleep.
Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, streaming on Peacock. Tomorrow is Money in the Bank.
Oh, thank God. Oh my gosh. What was all of that? I don't know what that was. But anyways, here we are. Okay, give me 1 second, everyone. I need to close out this stream. For those of you who are here for the review show, we will get that started in just a second. We do got a super chat here from Dan Bridgman, who says, does that mean Logan Paul won't be a real champion? I don't think he will. I do not think he will. I don't know. Sometimes I think he won't, but then I think WWE would absolutely put the championship on Logan Paul. So I do think there is a world where we'll see that happen at some point. I hate to be that person, but I think it would happen at some point. Thank you, Dan Bridgman. All right, guys. We're gonna wait for Robin to get in here. But in the meantime, though, just a friendly reminder: if you guys are getting lucky, make sure you guys get lucky. Lay the smackdown with Blue Chew. BlueChew.com. Promo code Denise. Are you having technical difficulties in bed? Are you tired of being counted out, tapping out, or simply jobbing out? Get out of developmental and get drafted to the best sex you ever had with today's podcast sponsor, Blue Chew. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets. These erection-enhancing tablets help men achieve stronger, harder, and longer-lasting erections for sexual activities. And Blue Chew is putting its money where its mouth is and offering you a month free. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped directly to your door. You can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The best part, it's all done online. That means no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Remember, hard times breed better men. So make life easier by getting harder and discover your options at BlueChew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try your first month of Blue Chew free when you use the promo code Denise. Just pay $5 shipping. That's promo code Denise. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. All right, guys, I'm still waiting for Robin. Usually he's in here by now, so I'm not sure. Oh, there he is. There he is. Oh, what up, Robin? I was wondering. I was like, where's Robin? He's usually in here right by the Blue Chew ad.
Yeah, my webcam won't turn on, so I'm good on the
no worries.
I'm good on the other cam.
Oh, no, yeah, I was going to say, yeah, you're good. Yeah.
Okay.
I would have never known the difference, honestly.
All good then.
Yeah, awesome. All right, well, let's get the show started. Hold on. Give me a second to pop in the graphic here. But let's do this. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Speak Now Pro Wrestling. It is Friday, June 6th. It's your girl, Denise Salcedo and Robin Lundberg, and we are here to chat some Friday Night Smackdown. It's the go-home show into Money in the Bank. Robin, do you feel more excited heading into Money in the Bank coming off of today's show?
I do. I feel more excited for a few reasons. I like the way the show went off the air. I like the Logan Paul thing with John Cena. I like that in that ruined wrestling motif. And John Cena killed it at the end of the show with the R-Truth chants. He handled that like a true champ, like the last real champ, being able to fly on impulsively, as one might say, with the ad-libs there and saying you can't handle the truth, the old callback and playing off the crowd in that moment. So I dug that. I dug some of the other like foreshadowing that took place throughout the show. The idea that, and I know we'll get into all this in depth, but this is all related, right? Like, it's like, okay, that pumps you up for the tag match and the fallout, but you also see Cody Rhodes face off with Seth Rollins, and you go, what could be there? You see Braun Breaker face off with Jacob Fatu, and you go, okay, I want to see that at some point. You hear them say that the King of the Ring matches are going to set up perhaps the main events at SummerSlam, which makes you think there's actually a plan in place to get somewhere outside of Money in the Bank. And then the women's division continues to shine at such a level that you salivate at the prospects of that Money in the Bank match itself. So, yeah, I'm definitely more excited about Money in the Bank after this show.
Well, to say, it sounds like you definitely enjoyed today's show. I didn't think it was bad. It kind of flew by pretty much. I wasn't sure if it was the show itself or if I'm just used to watching 3-hour Smackdowns at this point. I'm not really sure which of the two options it is. I've definitely sat through far worse episodes of Smackdown, so that's why this one's like fine with me. But I want to go ahead and kick things off with the closing of the show, which was John Cena, Logan Paul, Cody Rhodes, and Jey Uso. So this was a whole situation that we have seen last week too. So last week we got kind of a lot of John Cena basically saying some things that weren't really so accurate, I think, to Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes. And this time there was a little less talking of them directly to the opposing team of Cody and Jey. Instead, they basically came out and took them out really fast. Like Logan Paul wiped out Jey by hitting him with a shot with the brass knucks. And then that allowed, John Cena to take out Cody Rhodes there. So they took him out relatively quick. Like Jey and Cody were laid out pretty much the entire time. But my favorite part, and I think the most noteworthy part of it all, was the fans. This was the first time that they got to really chant for R-Truth when John Cena was in the ring, considering that, of course, we talked about this in depth last week, was that, R-Truth was let go by the company. His contract was not renewed by WWE. And the last match that he had, or the last big thing that he did on the show, was a matchup against John Cena. And so we went into this today with the crowd finally getting a chant to chant, "We want truth." And I thought, okay, like I saw John Cena go for the microphone and I'm like, all right, here we go. Like, what's he going to say? And it was so funny because he's all, you guys can't handle the truth, right? So he made it seem like if you were a person who was like watching the television show, but for whatever reason, you didn't know R-Truth got released and you didn't know that these chants for R-Truth, you would have thought that he was talking about this storyline because he was making it seem like the fans were talking about wanting the truth versus wanting our truth. And so that's how John Cena handled it, by basically making the "we want truth" chants mean something else, or like he was taking it to mean something else, and saying that the fans can't handle the truth and we don't deserve the truth, and etc. So when you said handle it like a pro, that's what he did.
Yeah, no, I mean, to be able to look, I've been in that. In fact, I was quasi in that situation earlier today on live radio in the midst of a little bit of a firestorm that took place in the programming lineup on a certain channel. But the ability to flip that in the moment, impromptu, is one of the reasons he's arguably the best ever on the mic. I mean, I think when you say, like, who are the greatest ever on the mic, it's The Rock and John Cena in my mind as the top two guys there. And there's others that are in the conversation, but those two stand the test. Is probably why they've gone to Hollywood and had the success that they've each had, because of that skill set uniquely. So for John Cena to be able to take it, let the crowd know he was responding to them. Like, you know, they knew he was talking to them. They knew he heard what they said and knew what it meant. But at the same time, like you said, make it broad enough so that it could apply to any situation. I thought it was masterfully done. I thought he killed that. One of the best things he's done in this run that has kind of felt flat a lot of the way. But I do like this recent touch with Logan Paul, because I think we talked about this last week. The whole idea of, okay, he's saying he ruins wrestling doesn't mean you can feed us slop. It doesn't mean the product can suck balls and you can go, oh, you know, yeah, he's ruining wrestling. That's the thing. No, that's not acceptable. But if he is in line with characters who represent ruined wrestling to, say, the internet wrestling community, somebody like Logan Paul, that makes a lot of sense, because he's elevating the ideas, the premise, the personalities that ruin wrestling. And that is storytelling.
Yeah, I'm so glad. Like it's funny because last week I was like, we were on a misunderstanding, but we got it all together and we're on the same page with that. Yes, please do not make it boring. And when I think about it, like, the thing that I liked about today was that when John Cena was basically making it seem like those truth chants were about something else, I feel like the fans got louder. Like, they were chanting "we want truth" even more louder. And I thought, oh yeah, like, let's go. Like, let's make sure that the company hears it, you know, loud and proud, right? And it blew up by the end of the show. But now, in regards to, you know, this actual matchup, like, this is probably one of the matches that, you know, you got some really big stars in this. All of these guys are big WWE superstars, but it really wasn't the match that I'm like really looking forward to. However, I think that today did kind of help push it a little bit more in an exciting direction for what it is, for what it's worth, right? Because you mentioned earlier we did get some teases, which we'll get into in just a second. But I do want to say this, though. The one thing I do wish that we got more of in this actual feud is I wish we got a chance to hear Cody and Jay talk more shit to John Cena and Logan Paul, because last week it was John Cena and Logan Paul talking their shit on them, and they didn't really get a chance to like refute any of that, to really throw some jabs back. And this week that really didn't happen either, so that kind of ended really abruptly. So I kind of felt like, even though I feel like the attack at the end of today's show kind of gave away what the finish might look like for Money in the Bank, like, now I'm definitely expecting to see Cody and Jay win, because if they don't, they're basically going to look like chumps, because I feel like they made them look like chumps last week and kind of this week too. So you can't keep doing that to them. Like, they got to win tomorrow, and they got to win in a dominating fashion, in my opinion, because I don't like that they're consistently looking like they're just easy to take out.
Yeah, I think Cody, you know, gets the pin on John Cena in the match as sort of the quasi retribution for WrestleMania, to set up where we may be going in the future. To your point, the one thing that bothered me a little bit, now Jey Uso's entrance is incredible, and the thing he does with the kids, that's like a lifetime memory. Like, so that you have to sit there and actually appreciate, because I have kids who are obsessed with Jey Uso, so I understand. But you can't turn him into Groot also, where the only thing he says is yeet. Like he's in the ring.
Oh,
you
you
know,
mean Groot? Like
yeah,
from the
I am
Avengers?
Groot. Yeah, like he is. I am yeet. You know, like you can't.
Yeet mania. No,
Yeah.
and especially because, you know, sometimes the things that people say about Jay, I'm not going to echo those things that people have said about him, but yeah, I get
He
what you're
stuffs in the
saying.
ring.
Beza.
He's
They
only a
just
catchphrase. All that's it's all on the entrance. You don't want to feed into that. But regardless, you know, he's got charisma. He's got the crowd in the palm of his hands. I just, you know, even when he was doing, it was either yeet or it was no yeet, and then it was a yeet down. And, you know, like, I don't think he said another word other than yeet in that time period in the ring.
Yeah, because even earlier, yeah, like you were saying, like the yeet down was what he was saying. So yeah, you're right. I think they only really had him say that. And they don't really have him say much. I think the times we've mostly heard him speak are those moments that he's had with Gunther, because him and Gunther have had like full on freaking soap operas at this point. Like they have gone back and forth on the mic. We've seen just about all we can with them. But in this particular portion of the story, we have not really heard Jay say much of anything. And that's what I wanted to see last week. I wanted him to be like, what the hell? Like, I'm not freaking lazy. Don't be calling me lazy. And, you know, give some refutes back. Say, hey, man, like, you're the one who doesn't even show up to television. Like, you got 20 dates in how many years? Like, you know, in a year or whatever. Like, there was times like, I wanted to see more of Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes fire back at both John and especially Logan Paul. Like, there are so many things you could say about Logan Paul, and we haven't heard them say any of them. So those are the only things that I would want to see different. But I think today the highlight of that specific moment was how much the fans were chanting, "We want truth," having John Cena out there. Like, that was the big highlight.
But then again, even the way he handled it and the fact that it stoked that fire more shows you how effective it was. Because, you know, he amplified it while simultaneously keeping it in character and on, which that's a tough plane to land.
Yeah, it is. And I think only John Cena was probably anybody else, like someone that was newer, they wouldn't know how to handle that situation. But yeah, John did handle it like a pro. We got Bob Ross Jr. in the building. What's up, Bob? He says, I wanted Stephanie to win Money in the Bank until I realized that she might do an announced cash-in like RVD did in 2006. I always like that when people do like an announced cash-in. I don't mind that because to me, it makes it, when you're upfront about stuff, it just makes you seem like a stronger champion, like a more confident type of champion. But I don't know, like the women's Money in the Bank is very hard because it can go in so many different directions. Robin, I think you and I have discussed Naomi being the person that looks like she may be winning the Money in the Bank. That was my official prediction for the predictions video. And if I still feel strongly in that direction, but I do want to take a second though and talk about the women today because we had the baby faces versus the heels from all of the women that are going to be in the Money in the Bank in this matchup here today. And dude, I was a big fan of what we saw. It made me get excited more so for this matchup because I've already been looking forward to it, but I like seeing all of the girls in there. My favorite thing was that we saw like a carousel of basically each girl hitting like a move and one coming in and getting the other, and it was just smooth. Like, given how many bodies were in there, there were no hiccups, nothing like that, and it got me feeling like, all right, this is going to be a smooth Money in the Bank because we've had some past women's Money in the Banks that were, you know, there were some moments that weren't so great, and it has happened, and it is what it is once you throw the ladder in there. You got a lot of people that this is going to be their first time doing a Money in the Bank ladder match. Like, so obviously it's going to be different once the component of the ladder is in the ring, but based off of what we saw here today, I'm feeling really good about it.
It was Pop City for the women, right? Like, I mean, Rhea Ripley, Stephanie Vaquer is super over. Bliss pops out the wazoo, you know, like, so the women's, I feel like I'm, you know, repeating myself at this point, but so stacked. And that specific match is incredibly stacked. I'm with you just because of how effective this has been in building Naomi's character. And it feels like the time for her is right now. Like, if you're going to strike, you got to strike at this very moment, or you may never capture that again, you know, for her. So, I like, you know, that maniacal character running around with the briefcase, threatening to cash in at various times. Like, so that makes sense to me. But star power, I think you'll have great in-ring chemistry there. I didn't even mention pop for Tiffany Stratton too. Obviously a little bit of a separate aspect. But regardless, yeah, I think just on paper, that's the match I'm most looking forward to.
Dude, that's 100% the match I'm most looking forward to. But how the babyfaces got the win, though, Naomi, Roxanne was about to tag her in, and Naomi basically said, I'm done, and left Roxanne all alone there. She got taken out, wiped clean, poor girl. This got to play into the Money in the Bank match. Like, I'm starting to wonder, like, what if there's a situation where Naomi's about to win, and Roxanne costs her the opportunity because of her basically, like, you know, screwing her in this matchup? Or what if it comes down to Roxanne and Naomi at the end, right? Because Roxanne's another top pick that could also win the Money in the Bank. So I'm curious to see how this component, because they didn't do it just for shits, or maybe they did just to give it, a stronger win for the, from what I'm calling the Hot Topic team. Because I'm like, all those girls would shop at Hot Topic that one. Rio, Stephanie, and Alexa. But I don't know. I'm wondering if that's going to play into a bigger part of what we see happen at Money in the Bank tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, you're pretty good at reading the tea leaves, I would say, and the shopping sprees. Who's the Forever 21 group if they're the Hot Topic one?
I feel like, Forever 21 unfortunately closed down, so teardrop.
Yeah,
but
I
I thought for a bit, I felt like Damage Control a while back was the Forever 21 group because they would come out with the big baggy pants and the small little tank tops, and that was literally like the Forever 21 clothing that you would see. So they're Forever 21, or were.
I mean, I don't think it's predicted. I mean, we're both picking Naomi, but I don't say that with like putting my chips in the middle of the table confidence. So I think there's a variety of ways it could go, and Vaquera is super hot right now. I mean, that stare down, was that on Raw that she had with Rhea Ripley? Like just seeing them in the same
Stephanie and Roxanne and Rhea. Yeah.
You can feel the electricity from that. And then Naomi, the one thing that mucks up her situation a little bit is she's in the midst of that triangle with Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. So if she does win, how does that play into it? Or does that take away from that? So that would be my one drawback on that. And by the way, I love the fact that they're long playing the Jade Bianca aspect of that, where even today they were going to talk to Jade and Charlotte cut her off before she could speak on that topic, which, that does show you a lot of times they are doing some long-term storytelling, and we got to give credit when it's due. When you talk about Naomi throwing Jade on the car, how long it was from that happening, Jade going on the car, to the payoff to Naomi, and then the amount of time from finding out it was Naomi to now and still not knowing how Jade feels about Bianca.
Yeah, those are some that I feel like they've kind of hit pause on and they're waiting to like revive at some point. I think that after this PLE, I think hopefully some of these stories start to progress a little bit faster because Evolution 2 is coming up. And some of these stories, like I'm predicting like we might see Jade and, there's a possibility we see Jade and Charlotte happening at Evolution 2. Like all hands are on deck because this is going to be, come on, like it's the return of Evolution. Like I don't want this show to fail. I don't want them to like not put all their eggs into this basket because I don't want them to have another reason to say, hey, it's going to be another, 5+ years till we get Evolution 3. Like I want to see this become a yearly thing. So I'm really hoping that they do go all out and book some big matches for this show so that, hey man, like there's a good, turnout, good viewership, etc., where people actually give a damn about the show and give a damn about seeing it every single year. I hope so.
Yeah, look, and I think the announcement of the King of the Ring stuff gives me an inkling that they are about to hit the gas pedal again. And some of this stuff is cyclical. I think so much of it was swallowed up by the ending of WrestleMania, where people felt a certain way about how that went down. And then the TKO stuff. So like then everything goes all the way in one direction. Oh, it's all terrible. TKO is ruining everything. It's the worst thing I've ever seen. It's never going to be the same. Bring Vince back.
Oh, God. I did see those tweets, by the way. And I'm like, y'all, we need to stop. We got to find a nice, happy balance here. We can't go to one extreme or the other.
And I'm not saying there wasn't reason for criticism or not reason to not like something.
Of course.
And I think that the Rock aspect of it really riled up people's emotions. But at the same time, there are generally ebbs and flows in the calendar year. And I do feel like Money in the Bank might be a big show. We're also, is there a Roman Reigns appearance coming at some point in time? Could that be tomorrow?
I feel like so many people have been asking if Roman Reigns is going to be appearing at Money in the Bank. I don't know. Obviously, we've talked about Seth Rollins being a front runner for winning at Money in the Bank, and people have toyed with the idea of what if it's Roman Reigns who cost Seth Rollins this match. Hell, it could be CM Punk. I feel like CM Punk and Seth Rollins' feud is never going to end. Like, that's ongoing forever now. And so there are these avenues where they could, go. I mean, we haven't seen Roman Reigns. We're not that far from SummerSlam. Roman Reigns is going to be on that SummerSlam card. I can't imagine he wouldn't be. So we got to, start pressing on that gas pedal. We really do.
And for sure. And speaking of the gas pedal, all gas, no brains. We'll get to that a little bit later.
Yes, I was going to get to it now. I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it.
I was just going to say real quick, and the Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed thing is my favorite thing going right now. This is my favorite incarnation of Seth Rollins ever. So I feel like that's one reason SmackDown was more interesting.
It's been hit or miss for me. He's had some boring promos, Robin, that I've been like, oh my God, shoot me now.
I don't know. I like maybe it's just Braun Breaker spearing, but he had the little stare down with Jacob Fatu, and then we had
cool.
The Solo Sikoa promo before that, and then obviously Jacob Fatu overhearing Solo taking a little dig at him.
Well, this one was what I did like about today's Seth Rollins promo was that he made sure to try to toy between, he tried to puppeteer between both Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu by being like, oh, you're Solo Sikoa's little B, right? And clearly we all know that Seth doesn't even mean that, because even when he took that back, like pretty much a couple minutes later, he was saying, I'm not afraid of you and I'm not afraid of you. If there's anybody I'm afraid of, it's that guy right there. It's Jacob Fatu. And, it's been more and more clear that there's been, a breakup that's incoming. But my favorite part, though, was that you knew today, first of all, yes, that Braun Breaker Jacob Fatu confrontation, great. And even the JC Mateo one with Bronson Reed, I wish they would have given a little bit more of an opportunity to show that one was also happening, because you only caught it if you were looking in the background. But anyways, my favorite part though was when Solo Sikoa was saying that Jacob Fatu was all gas, no brains. And I'm looking at it, I'm going, oh, I just know Jacob Fatu is either going to creep up behind him or he's listening somewhere. And he was. So now he knows for a fact this guy is not to be trusted. And I think he's kind of already known that, maybe been a gut feeling, but now it's been reassured. So does Jacob Fatu screw Solo Sikoa at Money in the Bank? That's another thing that can happen there. Jacob Fatu doesn't have anything going on at Money in the Bank. So, that could be that whole element.
Well, I mean, clearly we're getting close to it, right? Like, the fact that we saw it, they visualized it for us rather than the tension mounting. There was a visual clue and giving in, and it comes on the same night. Like, I thought Solo cooked in the first segment of the show. I thought his promo was good. I like that, the comedic character out of him. I was even thinking, could he win Money in the Bank after seeing that? But I'm assuming we're getting the Jacob Fatu mega push sooner rather than later. Not that it hasn't already happened. They've already shown this guy's a monster and a beast, but the next phase of that, which includes him breaking off from that group.
Right. So, I mean, there's a lot to kind of be excited about. They made a couple of teases there. They know what they've got. They know what they've got with Jacob Fatu and JC Mateo. By the way, JC Mateo had a match with Jimmy Uso today. Not half bad. I had some good moments in this. My favorite part was when Jimmy went for a dive, and it was so funny because he got hurt more than JC did, just because it was like diving onto a wall. And then I also liked when he actually lifted JC Mateo. That was pretty impressive, because JC's a pretty big dude, right? So I did like that too. So I had fun with what they did with Jimmy and JC Mateo here today.
Yeah, no, I agree. And the run in at the end, and it felt like there was a lot of that, right? Like a lot of promo interference straight to the match. You know, the same thing happened with the LA Knight, Alistair Black setup, you know, and then same thing happened at the end, obviously. So overall, I feel like they've done a good job with getting Jacob Fatu to this point. Now the question is, what's next for him? That's what I'm really curious about. Like, okay, yeah, he kicks Solo's ass and he moves on. What is he moving on to?
Right. I think don't forget that Damian Priest also called out Jacob Fatu. What was it, like a few weeks ago? They haven't they did have a little confrontation today, didn't they?
They did,
like
backstage,
a really quick one.
You're right. They did backstage.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about that. God, so I'm like, dude, guys, 3 hours of SmackDown, guys. We're gonna forget some shit. Sometimes like I don't know what week it happened on. I just know it happened at some point. So I think it's gonna be the way that I'm kind of seeing this progress is gonna be. We got to get the match with him and JC. Then after that, him and Solo. And then once he's done and through with that program, Damian Priest. And then from there, I don't know. But at least that covers, I think, a good amount of time from now until SummerSlam, I think. So we'll see how that goes from there. But we do got Saif Dan Super here who says, I'm sorry, the Seth Rollins faction is awful. Braun had more chemistry with Corbin of all people. None of the charm and star power of the OG bloodline. Look, I don't think they're awful. I just think we had one bad Seth Rollins promo last week, and that kind of put a little bit of a, stick in the mud. What I don't like, there's one thing I don't like. I don't like that Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed are almost being set up like twins. And I say this they're both coming out with the black shades. They're both coming out they're dressed exactly like Alba Fire and Piper Niven in the Secret Harvest, Yeah. I'm sorry, but I don't like the idea of them looking like his minions. And that's never what I wanted. I wanted it to be like, almost like a friends group. It's like we're all on the same page. We have respect for each other. But instead, it feels more of like, all right, like these are my minions. And I don't like them looking like each other. I want them to stand out from each other. Wear different kinds of suits. You don't got to look like his bodyguard. Like there are a million suits out there for men. Go find something else, kind of like what you get with the Hurt Syndicate where they all wear different suits because they're all friends. Like that's the way that I want. Like I want to see Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed still as individuals in the group.
I get that. I don't necessarily agree with them not looking like henchmen right now, because to me, them looking like henchmen elevates Seth Rollins, and that's the whole
point. And they can still do that, but they look like minions is what they do. Like that's the part where I'm like, okay, there's a difference between this is my guy, and if you fuck with him, you're fucking with me. And then there's a difference between like, oh, that's my guy. Like that, I'm gonna do anything for him, and I'm gonna put aside my own hopes and my own desires for this guy's hopes and desires. That's what that feels like to me. And there's a difference because that's what Roman Reigns was. Like everybody put their desires aside for Roman Reigns, and so. I that's not the vision that I had for this group, at least not the vision I had.
Well, that's also a big difference between this and the star power and charm of the OG bloodline. That was Roman Reigns. I mean, there's a lot of other things that come along with it, but the real reason for that was Roman Reigns.
No, yeah. I mean, you can't be Roman Reigns. Like, you just can't. I'm sorry. Seth is never going to be Roman Reigns. He's going to be his own version, and that's what he's got to do, but he's not going to be Roman.
But yeah, to me personally, I think this has worked better for Seth than most incarnations of his character, or especially in the recent past. I mean, the idea of Heyman being in there makes it feel bigger. The idea of Braun Breaker being a henchman, considering what we consider his future to be, makes him feel bigger. I feel obviously that Seth is being catapulted into he's already in the main picture, but it's going to be with a championship in short order to get off these possible matches in that way with Cody, with Punk, with Roman, and I've been a fan of it personally. I think it's worked. I feel like Raw has felt like a bigger show than SmackDown, relatively speaking, mostly because of that. And that was the big thing that came out of WrestleMania that really landed more than the Cena aspect. The Cena aspect kind of got rejected a little bit, but those were the two nights, right? And everybody was like, oh crap, after night one, what a match. Oh, I can't believe Paul Heyman double turned, and to me, that's carried over a little bit more. And it feels like the lead act in the company at the moment.
Yeah, no, it 100% is. But again, I think they should just make some tweaks to that. Again, make them feel like individuals, make them feel like they have a real purpose there and that they're gaining something from it and that it's just not Seth Rollins there to profit. We got, let me see what we got. We got Yatik Sahu, who says, thanks for the wishes, Denise. And by the way, it's Yatik Sahu's birthday. So again, happy birthday to Yatik. He says, thanks for the wishes, Denise, and the DWO. Really appreciate it. The show is fun. And the watch along always elevates the whole experience. Cheers. Thank you so much, Yatik. I'm so glad that you enjoyed the watch along, especially coming in during your birthday weekend. Very, very cool. And thank you for showing some love. We also got Rolling Thunder 420 here, who says, Solo is effing hilarious. I love Solo, and you're right. Hear about Cena, how Cena handled the segment. It felt like a likely hidden message. I want Solo to win Money in the Bank. Yeah. So there's a couple of people that have thought of the idea of Solo winning. And if he does, then we know that he's going to go after Jacob Fatu's United States Championship, and it probably ain't going to go so well. But yeah, that's one of the things that I think that Solo, as time goes on, people sort of find what their natural personality is. I think Solo is more of a comedic character than a serious guy, because when he tries to be serious, I'm sorry, I just start laughing. I think he's more of a naturally funny person, and I think if he leaned into that a little bit more in a way, I feel like that would be the thing that starts to resonate with crowds, because that was part of what wasn't working with Solo in the beginning. Was he was trying to be something he wasn't, and it wasn't necessarily registering with the crowd. Like, it wasn't connecting with them.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think at first it worked, and then eventually, like, it ran its course as that one-note character, especially once he starts taking losses and the like. But yeah, I'm with you. I thought he was hilarious in that opening segment. I thought he cooked, and it's the first time I thought about him possibly winning the Money in the Bank in the midst of that. I was like, oh, could Solo actually win this? I'm digging this version of Solo, and there are ways they could go with that. So I agree with Rolling Thunder 420 to a certain extent. Not saying I think he is winning, but the thought entered my head for the first time tonight, and it was as a result of how naturally funny I thought he was in that opening segment.
So my top two picks for the men's Money in the Bank is Seth Rollins and LA Knight for winning the briefcase, right? I feel like LA Knight has had the most mic time to actually talk about the Money in the Bank. So that's been making me feel like it's a possibility. He had a match today with Alistair, which I thought the first portion of the match, I was like, yo, guys, like, speed this match up. It picked up towards the end, but the beginning was a little bit rough for me. But eventually it ended up being it ended in a DQ because Seth Rollins came out and attacked, right? We should have seen this coming, because these are both guys that needed wins. Alistair just came into the company, came back to the company, and then as well as LA Knight was going to go into the Money in the Bank. You don't want to go into the Money in the Bank with a loss. That's how I see things. And so we should have known that this was probably going to end in a DQ here. But I don't know. What do you think are the chances of this being LA Knight? Because again, he's had the most mic time to talk about this. He's, still popular with the crowd. It's in LA. What are the chances?
Yeah, he's been my pick. I picked LA Knight and Naomi. I think I'd go LA Knight, Seth Rollins, Solo Sikoa. Those are the three that I could see winning in some way, shape, or form. I kind of feel like Seth gets cost by either Punk or Roman en route because of the friction there, or maybe even, well, it doesn't make sense for Cody because of the tag match otherwise. So I think Seth gets thwarted in that regard, but I could also see Seth winning and using that to hotshot him to a championship right now. LA Knight, it does feel like they're setting him up for it, or that they've been building him for it. And then finally Solo, it makes sense storyline wise. It feels like he's finding his groove a little bit. So I would go in that order: LA Knight, Seth Rollins, Solo Sikoa.
All right, that's fair. I'm telling you, this men's Money in the Bank, I feel like it can go any direction. We got Bob Ross Jr. with a very generous super chat. Thank you so much, Bob. Very cool of you. He says, I'm okay with people chanting "We Want Truth" right now, but if they do it on July 14th edition of Monday Night Raw, that I will attend that while Stephanie is there, and then I will start throwing hands. I'm joking. Well, I mean, like, yeah, if your girl Stephanie's on, I'm pretty sure you'd be excited to see her. But no, I feel like they usually do it during the segments that they don't really really care about. Like on Raw, the one where I feel like we heard most of the chants happened during Kyrie and Raquel. And that was just, it's unfortunate, but they didn't really care about the match too much. And that was when we heard most of the "We Want Truth" chants.
Yeah, and in this case, it was the association with John Cena being that he was there. He's our truth childhood hero, and that was the last program that he had in WWE. And it's a good way to try and like throw tomatoes at John Cena, if you will.
It had to happen. Like if the crowd wouldn't have chanted it, I would have been like, what, guys? Did we forget already? Is this over already? But yeah, 100% had to happen there with John Cena and that connection. Thank you so much, Bob Ross, for your generosity, and hope you're having a good weekend. Thank you, Bob. All right. And I also hope you have a good time on the July 14th edition of Monday Night Raw. All right, and I want to go ahead and get into what else haven't we talked about here on today's show. There was kind of a lot that went down. So, we got Zelina Vega versus Piper Niven in a Bakersfield brawl. So when this match first started, Robin, I was like, damn, we've seen this match like 5,000 times already. I ended up having a good time with this because they added the stipulation of it being a brawl, essentially a street fight. And they did some cool stuff during this, like the code red off the top of I think it was the second rope where they were at. They did a super code red. I thought that looked really cool. It was very impressive because, again, the size discrepancy between Zelina and Piper. But in the end, though, she was setting up a powerbomb spot onto a Piper on a table, but obviously she couldn't get it. And throughout the entire match, it was essentially 3-on-1 because the Secret Hervis was out there. Chelsea and Alba were helping out Piper. And eventually Julia came through. She came out, had Zelina's back, and hit Piper with the kendo stick, and that basically allowed Piper to get put through the table. Zelina wins. Afterwards, Julia raises her hand and tries to make it seem like, I helped you, we're on good terms, but then she attacks Zelina. And I was kind of glad about that because I'm like, I don't really want to see them as friends. And also, if I was Zelina, I would be pissed. I would be like, hey, I didn't really ask you for any help. Like, I don't want your help. Like, we're not friends. So I did like that this didn't turn into a respect thing, that this was I helped you because you were being screwed out there. It was 3-on-1, and that's unfair. But also, I don't like you, and I'm going to take your championship away from you.
Yeah, it was like a double moment, right? It was like Zelina got her moment, and then Julia got her moment. So that's always, it should be noted and appreciated when that's executed. Not that this is a big deal in the grand scheme of things, but it's hard to do. It's hard to simultaneously, because usually it's going to be one person here and another person here. And in this case, they were like, all right, you're here. And then now you're here. And I thought it was executed well.
When do you think that she's dropping the title to Julia? Do you think she's dropping it before or at Evolution 2?
Why not at? I mean, yeah, I mean.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. What's the purpose of before? I mean, if you're trying to build it up a little bit, right?
Yeah, I guess it depends on what kind of match they want Julia to have. If they want her to be able to go, at 100 miles per hour, I would assume Zelina would drop it sooner.
That's true too. But I feel like the billing itself, though, sometimes it's not even just the speed as much as the what you're speeding towards, right? And I think that's probably, in my mind, that's how I would do it.
All right, and we also had Penta and Andrade versus American Made. I was so glad when they made this match. I was like, all right, this match sounds like it's going to be good. There were some fun moments. My favorite part was when Julius launched himself off the back of Brutus Creed and then just got Andrade with like the sick knee to the freaking face. I liked that. I had fun with this matchup here. I thought that both teams looked really freaking good. And eventually, Andrade and Penta got themselves a nice little victory here. I was a fan of what they did here. A nice little thrown together matchup.
Yeah, especially because you got two of those guys involved, right? In the Money in the Bank. So, it's everybody. I feel like everybody who's involved in those matches had something. Or something going on to go, oh, yeah, they're a part of it. They're doing it. And then again, that circles back to the beginning of the show when you asked me, are you more excited for Money in the Bank going in? Yeah, I think they did a good job setting up the show. Everybody who's a part of it was involved. All the big players were involved. and even the bit players who you don't necessarily expect to be climbing up and grabbing that briefcase got a little bit of a screen time, a little bit of moment in the spotlight.
We got a super chat here from JJ Castillo who says, I want Naomi to win the Money in the Bank as much as there's other women who deserve to win. WWE can't miss the opportunity on her great heel run if she doesn't win. I'm 100% with you, JJ. I feel like we've echoed that same sentiment here on the show where it feels like this is a now or never kind of situation. I don't think that if they hold off on this, I don't think it's ever coming back around. So I do think that this is the time. Thank you so much, JJ, for the super chat. And yeah, hopefully we see Naomi and pick up a victory there at Money in the Bank. Thank you, JJ. All right, Robin. So that is our show for today. But before we wrap things up, I do want to give you the opportunity to tell people where to check out your stuff, all of the things that you're doing. Let them know.
Yeah, I'll be, well, check me out on YouTube, Robin Lundberg over there, Robin Lundberg on X. I'll be on Mad Dog Sports Radio Monday and Tuesday from noon to 3. And Women's Fast Break and Indiana Fever on SI, running those as well as helping my son guest wrestlers theme songs on YouTube in my free time.
I love that. Oh, that's so fun. Those are always like the funniest videos to do.
Yeah, every day. Rohan every day comes down, Daddy, can we, he calls all wrestling WrestleMania. Can we watch WrestleMania? And I was like, and then, or can we play wrestling songs in the car? Or can we guess the wrestler's theme song? And then Raj was the one who pointed out to me his astute viewing. Because, sometimes when you're watching and they go to, like, they throw to a package and you might not think it's important. When they went to the King of the Ring thing, I was like, for whatever reason, I thought they'd thrown a commercial or something. And he's like, Daddy, King of the Ring's leading into SummerSlam with the title. And I was like, so I rewound and I consumed that. So it's good to have my spotters with me during SmackDown as well.
That's cute because you're like, they're paying attention and they're having a good time and enjoying the show. And I did like that they added that extra touch for King and Queen of the Ring. Alrighty, guys, that is it for us here today. As for tomorrow, just a friendly reminder that I will be at Money in the Bank at Intuit Dome. So keep an eye out for a review later on in the night. So just a heads up in case you guys come in here to the channel and you don't see anything, it's because I'm at the show. So just follow along on the social media pages and everything. Also, before I go, just a friendly reminder again, guys, that if you want to take a chance, if you want to bet on Money in the Bank, you guys can do so right now. Like, we follow wrestling. We talk about wrestling all the time. Like, there's a chance that you might actually win some money. Head on over to MyBookie. It's my brand new sponsor, MyBookie. And go there and enter the promo code Denise. And if you, whatever you guys deposit, they give an extra bit of money. So if you deposit $50, they give an extra $25. If you deposit $100, you get an extra $50, and so on and so forth. And that is over at MyBookie, and use that promo code Denise. The lines are open right now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will catch you guys back here on the channel on the next one. Goodbye, everyone. Take care.
Yeet.